Okay. I think we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We are live and ready to go.
Fantastic. Just putting it out to Twitter.
Yeah, take your time. Turn that on. Turn that on. Cool. Yeah, I think I've got all of social media covered. So people will know that we are good to we're just killing it right now.
Yeah, just getting ready.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
What's the plural of Zarovich? Is it Zarovichs?
Zarovichs.
Zarovichs? Sorry, because I'm tweeting this out. It's like the Battle of the because it's Battle of the Zarovich. But is it Battle of the Zarovichs?
Viches.
Viches.
Oh, it's going to be one of these nights.
God.
Okay. I see. All right, then. Cool.
Because we can't call it the Battle of the Strahds, because there's only one.
Yeah, and he'd be mad about that. No, it's the battle of the Zarovichs. I just put like an S at the end and just call it a day. Zarovichs is just fun to say. What can what can you do?
I'm really excited about doing this. Also a little nervous. Like, been kind of nervous most of the day because I'm like, am I going to be able to keep all these voices straight?
Well, it's so weird because I'm the opposite right now, where I was born for this.
Yeah.
I was born for this moment. Having 9 pages of written out prep kind of helps with that, because I feel like I'm confident, I'm secure. Hey, how you doing, hun? We are just chilling out before the game starts at the top of the hour.
Get ready. We got dice. We got notes.
Got a bunch of stuff. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm really jazzed. This is going to be a lot of people's sort of first introduction to like what our game is like.
No, this is a real bad way of representing what our game is like.
Because it's really out there, and the average session of our game is a lot more low key. Yeah.
But I'm also having my character be Alton Brown and just ruining your life at every chance I get, Yeah. She doesn't normally do that. She's supportive of her boys. Mm-hmm. She doesn't purposely pit them against each other. She tries to avoid that.
Yeah, I tweeted today that I was all 3 contestants on Cutthroat Kitchen, and my DM is the love child of Alton Brown and Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
So I'm excited, but I'm also like... The way that makes it easier for me is knowing ahead of time that, like, none of these 3 characters can really cook all that well. So this is sort of an exercise in failure, but they are going to give it their best go.
I mean, trying is all that matters.
Yeah.
Except that's not true at all, because I'm judging you harshly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, you tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
No, see, I'm worried. There's like a low-key worry for my character that by doing this, she's setting up a precedent that Strahd can use that excuse in the future of just like, yeah, but I didn't win, so why bother?
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, no, Strahd.
That's not the lesson at all.
No, Strahd, that's bad boy, no. Strahd, you can't. I'm actually gonna move this chat window over because I don't like where it's positioned. Neat. I can just do that live. Sweet. Alright, cool.
Hey.
I'm using a brand new program to stream with and do layouts with, and I'm still trying to get the hang of it. So I think I'm good. I think I've programmed it well. We will see. It's fine.
It's gonna be great.
It's good. It's fine. Also, I should have a chatbot talking in here, linking crap throughout the game, so that's pretty cool.
I love
Spud is here.
Hooray! Hey, Spud.
Hello.
Let me see. I gotta share this to Facebook.
Yeah.
Home of the Faces.
Oh, jeez. I shared it to Facebook, but none of my Facebook followers really care.
Yeah, it's a thing. I think the only the only people on Facebook that follow me or who are friends with me that actually care about this are like maybe Ray and maybe Sam and then my parents. So I don't have a lot of crossover on my Facebook with tabletop folks.
Neither do I.
I kind of keep that sort of buttoned up on Facebook. But I do know that my folks have popped into our stream before.
Yeah. That's the most nerve-wracking thing. You could throw any, like, high-end tabletop person at me, and I'm fine. You put your parents in here, and I lose my mind.
Well, it's only my dad, and he's mostly there because he loves the crafty stuff that you do.
You say this because you don't have to deal with my in-laws ever.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You don't get to feel this way, Kyle. That's why you believe that. It's a little nerve-wracking to have your father-in-law be like, "You're doing great, thumbs up."
He thinks you're wonderful.
He does. He's very sweet, and I adore him. But it is a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so, warning for those who are already here. I'm still sick. I'm pretty okay. I have had tea. I am drinking water. I have taken meds. I can breathe out my nose right now. But occasionally, my throat decides to stop functioning, and I'm going to deal with that as we go. So, yeah.
As an addendum to that, because you've been sick for like a week or so.
Over a week now.
I think, just starting to get sick.
Yeah.
After holding out and helping take care of you, now I'm starting to get it. So, I think I'm going to be okay. But
you're the last member of the family to get sick.
Yeah.
It started with Greg, then it hit me, and then it hit you.
It's the way it works.
Yeah.
I gotta hold out and be strong so I can take care of you guys.
You're
and then once you have all healed, then I can dissolve into a puddle.
I can become pure. I can become
under the bed.
Pure mother at that point.
You're the sweetest.
No, you say that. You don't know what pure mother looks like. It's like horror movie level mother of just like no more wire hangers mother. Like, you're gonna get in that fucking bed. You're gonna fucking stay there. No, you're not going to Starbucks today. You're gonna sit and you're gonna recover and drink this awful tea.
I'm gonna bury you in blankets, or so help me, I'll bury you in the ground, dearie. Sweetums, I love you, but I will misery you.
It's called tough love.
We'll break those legs. Make sure you can't leave.
Hey, sweetheart, I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. It's fine. But it's fine. It's fine. I love him, and I'm gonna make sure he's gonna be better, and he has no choice.
Oh, well, you're very sweet, and I love you very much.
I love
for
you
that.
too.
I'm only a little bit afeared.
You don't gotta be afeared of what's to be afeared of. I'm only gonna tie you to the bed in a non-fun way, and then force cough syrup down your throat.
I mean, the first part of that's
Oh my god.
You know.
Oh yeah, I walked right into that one. Okay.
But no, I'm excited about this stream because I actually, like, I get to play D&D.
Yeah, I guess you haven't.
We've been running this game for what, like,
over a year.
Oh god, it has been over a year now. It's been,
I think
I think we're at something like session 50 something.
I would know if I had my Spotify up. I could look at how many songs I've added.
Yeah. I'm going to guess that we finished like 52 sessions.
Shit. That's the exact number of things DC Comics threw at me before it went to hell.
Yeah. Actually, it might be more. It's probably around 55 because we did 2 seasons, then an extended holiday session. I guess this is like... This is what, like the made-for-TV movie special event that they do to promote the next season?
This is the crossover event. She'd be doing this with Alton Brown if she could.
Oh, so this is the CW crossover event. Which show are we crossing over with?
Oh, it has to be CW. That's right. I just feel like it'd just be like special guest kind of scenario. It's fine.
Yeah. So like this is the episode of Fresh Prince that crosses over with Family Matters.
Yeah.
But with vampires.
But with vampires. You can't tell me Urkel wasn't a vampire.
Here's the thing. I never actually saw Family Matters. I never saw any of those ABC family sitcoms. I'm pretty sure, at least in one episode,
Stefan was a vampire. No one could tell me he wasn't.
Stefan was a Jekyll and Hyde.
No, because he went into the machine. It was actually a coffin and transformed into his true vampire form, and that was Stefan.
Oh.
I know.
Okay, yeah, I would buy that.
I know 90s things.
Yeah. You actually know 90s stuff way better than I do.
Because I studied 90s things, because all my friends who knew pop culture references that I wasn't allowed to be around were like talking and I didn't know what they were saying, and so I spent 5 years of my life watching 90s shit. I've seen all of the sitcoms, including Step by Step, and no one should have to watch Step by Step.
Aw. Yeah, I only watched like a portion of it, because like, you grow up in Canada without like a lot of those American channels, so there was just a lot that we just didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, there were Canadian equivalents, but like, I don't think anyone now is like, oh, 90s kids, remember Student Bodies? Remember Uh-Oh? Remember YTV?
YTV, I know.
Yeah. Like, remember, oh God, what were those terrible monster puppets from YTV? I don't know. But yeah, nobody remembers that stuff, because why would anyone? I do. But I think
some people remember it.
Yeah.
Like, we had, like, in my household, we had VeggieTales. Spud's in pain.
Oh, Spud. Spud, you know.
Like, we have VeggieTales, we had McGee and Me, we had, Salty the Singing Songbook.
You've taken me through the gauntlet of a lot of that stuff.
Bible Man.
Oh my God.
That was my life. It just, yeah, affectionate pats on the thing. Yeah, Disney was banned in my house because it was too liberal, and No, liberal wasn't a word back then. It was too secular. That was the word.
Was that how they codified things?
It was just, everything was too secular.
Yeah. So I grew up with a little bit of that, because I was a latchkey kid.
Yeah.
So really early up in my life, I had a lot of babysitters.
Yeah.
And I stayed with a lot of other families for a while. And like, the family right across from the street from us were very religious, and like, they had 4 kids of different ages, so like, they had all that media. So whenever I was over at their house, like, that's what we would see.
I'm of the opinion that media is not necessarily bad unless you're making it their only media.
Yeah, VeggieTales is great.
VeggieTales is wonderful.
Yeah, I got no complaints about that.
I kind of have a problem with the Donut Man franchise, but that's another story for another time.
I have no idea what that is, but
it's fine.
Imagine I'm going to learn sooner or later.
Life without Jesus is like a donut, because there's a hole in the middle of your heart, Kyle.
Oh my God. Oh, but donuts are delicious and wonderful.
You don't eat the donuts, you repair them. It's a donut repair club.
No, you know what? This is a rabbit hole we do not have time to go. This is about... We're playing D&D.
I know, I'm sorry.
Dungeons... It's Satan's path, Arella. We've made our bed here.
My mom's going to be yelling at me on Facebook Messenger because I did not take her off of the little screen. Like, filter these people out from seeing this post. I didn't take her off the D&D. I always do that. Archibald Asparagus... Listen... Archibald Asparagus was the only responsible person on VeggieTales. Bob the Tomato got caught up in Larry's schemes too much. Archibald's the only true good character on that show.
I can believe that.
Yeah. Also, I appreciate the Archibald Asparagus name drop there. That's pretty great. That made my night. We got 5 minutes to go before I
oh my God
bust this out. Yeah.
So are we sort of like introducing the concept of the game to start off, or like how we want to do this?
We can, if you want to get into that. I kind of have a little bit of that planned, like a little bit. I'm mainly focusing on the characters though, and helping people understand that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We got this.
Yeah, I think when I'm playing 3 characters.
You're playing 3 characters. I've managed to convince you it's a good idea to play 3 characters.
I mean, because I dungeon master this game most of the time.
I know.
Actually, yeah, this is the first time that's reversed. So.
Yeah, it's the very first time.
I play all the characters, so it's not too much of a stretch.
You're playing 2 of the most powerful NPCs in the entire Curse of Strahd book, and one who probably would be an equally powerful NPC if they didn't kill him off. Mm-hmm. Spoilers. That shouldn't be spoilers.
No, it's not. It's in the literal introduction of Curse of Strahd. Hey, Sergei von Zarovichs, he dead, yo.
He dead, my dudes.
Yeah.
Except in our game. He not dead, he back.
He back.
On the 3rd day, he was resurrected, like the holy son that he is.
Yeah.
He is the golden child.
He is. Kind of embracing that has made that character a lot easier for me to play.
I love
sort of understanding exactly where he comes from.
He's just the sweet angel golden retriever baby that I love so dearly. But Strahd just wants to punch in the face like every time he sees him. We have to have some light in this world, you know? We can't just be gloomy gusses all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes...
I mean, he's the younger brother, but he's a younger brother by like 20 years.
Yeah.
So...
He wasn't tainted by the father.
He's the insufferable college kid who's like, comes back to his brother who could almost be his dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen, I went backpacking through South America. I learned so much. Like, I have so many interesting things to say about kale, and you should really listen. Listen, you could be living a lot healthier, brother, if you ate more vegetables and less people.
Dad's gonna be paying for my trip to India next month. I'm taking a sabbatical.
Look, I know I was raised in the light of the church, but I've learned so much from a lot of these. You wouldn't believe the things that they believe. It's brought a lot of spirituality to my life.
God.
I can now worship God in so many other ways. You have no idea. It's all this. It's all religion, yo. It's like all the same. We're all, luminous beings, are we?
Oh my fucking God. No, that's the exact reason why Strahd wants to punch his brother in the face. That's the exact reason.
Yeah.
Garlic is great for your chakras.
Oh my God.
You don't understand. I'm into crystal healing now. I say that as somebody who does that shit, but I know how loony it can get. Oh God. Have you heard about Herbalife?
No. There are no MLMs in Barovia. Okay, until Aslan shows up, that's not going to be a thing.
Aslan's the Amway of Barovia, I understand.
Yeah, Aslan Rex is absolutely the Amway of Ravenloft. He just comes in, it's like, hey, I'm from Dragonlance originally.
No.
You want to hear how to get ahead from all these, depressing, gloomy gothicness and everything? Follow me. I've got a skull for a face.
Live the dream.
Oh, God.
I gotta stop. I can go down the MLM rabbit hole so hard because all of my family members are religious and they all have a new one every month that they're just like, hey, Arella, did you know that I have a great opportunity for you? I'm like, okay. Is it essential oils or a wrap, or are we, what are we doing this week?
Oh my God.
Okay. You know what? It's 6 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. You know what time it is? It's time to play the Dungeons and Dragons.
It's time for 5 Courses of Strahd.
Yeah.
See, if we had a fancy sound mix thing and everything, there'd be a crackle of thunder right there.
That would be cool, but see, we don't have that because we're poor.
No, we're making it work.
We're making it work. It's fine. So everybody, welcome to, I guess this would be Birch and Bat's first ever.
Oh my God, yeah.
Gaming stream because, yeah, it might be the first of many different gaming streams, or it might not. I don't know. Who knows?
There's probably at least a few more in our future.
Probably. That would be pretty cool.
There's a lot of stuff I want to live stream.
So, tonight, we are running, as we've been talking about for like the last 20 minutes. Tonight, we are running our one-on-one 5th edition Ravenloft game. It's been going on for over a year, for sure. And I'm really excited to share this with everybody because I talk about it a lot.
It's my favorite game.
It's my favorite game.
The longest running campaign I think I've ever run, and I'm incredibly excited to be a part of it. Like it always makes me really happy.
It's really cool. I look forward to it every week, like a show you're addicted to kind of thing. It's great. I doubt I need to introduce myself, but in case I do, and like there's someone who doesn't know who I am, my name's Arella. I'm going to be DMing this, but I'm usually the player. The roles are switched tonight for one special event.
Oh my god.
I am joined by Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle Chenier. I make elf games for a living.
Yeah, Kyle's usually the full-on dungeon master on this, and he plays a gajillion NPCs to my one character, my one PC. So we'll start this off by introducing some of the game, particularly characters for those listening in for the first time, or who just want to hear about the dumb characters I talk about on my Tumblr all the time.
There's so many characters.
Usually the player would only have to handle like one character's decisions. Right. But Kyle's got a bit of a challenge tonight because I am having him play a 3.
Yep.
3
boys.
3 boys.
Three lovely boys.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
No, they're not. There's at least one lovely boy in there.
There's one. Maybe. It depends on if it's a good day for him or not. He'll be playing all 3 of Curse of Strahd's royal Zarovichs brothers. People who've played in Curse of Strahd before, in particular, will probably recognize these 3 as they're usually like pretty up there NPCs.
Oh yeah,
really those lovely boys. Yeah, end of story. So one is Strahd von Zarovich, vampire.
Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Arella, you have to understand, he is the land.
He is the land.
He's the ancient
vampire dark lord leader of Barovia that he is.
Yeah.
There's also Radin,
Strahd's chamberlain,
adopted older brother.
The
father brought him into the fold, and technically he's a Zarovich, even though he's not related by blood. And then there's the recently resurrected, after the holiday special, that was Priyanka's one wish for Christmas, was to get the rest of her family back. Recently resurrected Sergei von Zarovich.
The younger brother.
The youngest and most pure. The most pure being of the Zarovichs.
He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. The character I play, usually the PC of the game is Priyanka, formerly Priyanka Rain. But at this point, she is now Priyanka von Zarovich because she married Strahd.
Yeah.
She is now queen of Barovia.
Yeah. 50-something sessions in, you accomplish the goal of marrying Strahd von Zarovich and, I don't want to say acquiring the kingdom.
No, I acquired the hell out of that kingdom.
Okay, there you go.
No, that was really important to me. Priyanka's half Vistani bard, but she uses culinary arts as her art form rather than an instrument or dance or song. She has taken it upon herself to like improve Barovia, bring it together as a country. She's in a fight/war with the dark powers or the mists that she truly believes is the true cause of all the misery here. Strahd was caught up in their bullshit. And they're angry at her plans. She's angry at their plans. And it's just been an ongoing fight this whole entire game.
Yeah. Because because like you usually go through Ravenloft and like you fight or kill Strahd and you fight a lot of the people inside of it because everyone is like some flavor of evil.
Yeah.
But in this game, you've basically tried to like befriend and rehabilitate and like set on a better path every character in this setting.
We've also tried to bring everyone together as one people, which has been difficult.
Yeah, because Ravenloft is a setting where there's a lot of prejudices against a lot of different kinds of people. Because, again, half of these people are literal monsters. They're werewolves and were-ravens and undead and all kinds of other things.
Witches and that's what the whole thing.
It's a very spooky time.
Yes. Luckily, not a lot of that's going to come into play today, because today is a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more jovial. Priyana's had a lot of culinary challenges. The game is set up to kind of but remove a lot of the traditional fighting and dungeon diving. And it's been replaced with more like culinary challenges and eventually kingdom building.
Yeah.
But she's had a lot of culinary challenges, and usually one of the Zarovichs boys are along for that ride.
Yeah.
In that time, she's learned some very important facts about these boys. One is that every one of the Zarovichs men truly believe that they are completely more than capable in the kitchen and are possibly the best cook.
They're incredibly confident in their skills.
Two, that they're complete fucking liars.
They're terrible cooks. All of them. Strahd can't cook to save his life. Rahadin is not much better. Sergei is... He tries.
He needed her bardic inspiration to stir a bowl of dry ingredients.
Yeah. It's not that he lacks, like, the intuition or the know-how to cook. It's that he's a klutz.
Yeah.
He's the anime pretty boy who's just so dumb.
That sweet babe.
He's so pretty, but he's so dumb.
He's so dumb. We love him, though. So Priyana, being the cheeky woman that she is in the situation, suggested that it was perhaps time that all three Zarovich boys see once and for all who was the greatest chef among them. If they're all so wonderful like they claim, then obviously this is a great idea. She wants to judge this herself, have them compete against each other in public for the delight of their people to see who is the greatest Zarovich. Whoever wins gets bragging rights. And in the case of Strahd, she promised, in order to make this happen, promised him that if he wins, she will always tell him that he is an equal cook to her. And
the egoist that Strahd is means that is the most important thing of all.
Mm-hmm. So for the past week, all three of them have been preparing in their own ways.
In their
own ways.
Each has a very different style of getting ready.
Good Lord. Today, though, is the day of the competition.
Oh, man.
If you guys would like any... Exactly. If you guys would like any further details of the campaign, or want to read important information about today's session in particular, there's going to be a link in the stream description below this. And throughout the night, our little handy dandy chatbot dude will post the link in the chat, and you can click it and read through if you get lost or have any questions. Is there anything else we should cover before we go?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Sweet. Yeah, chatbot's a good boy.
Chatbot is a good boy. He just handles that for me. Okay, so Kyle, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. I have dice. I have my notes. I've got each of these boys' stat blocks.
Good.
We should also say that this campaign is predominantly based on the 5th edition book Curse of Strahd. Mm-hmm. Then there's a lot of old school Ravenloft in here as well, and there's a lot that has been made completely custom for this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like our version of Ravenloft may not line up 100% with, say, your version of Ravenloft, but that's because a lot has happened.
Yeah, again, it's a year in with a session every week, sometimes 2 sessions a week if we feel like we need it, or we're jonesing for it. All right, so here we go. All
right.
So the land of Barovia is shrouded on all sides by thick, swirling gray mists, and it's a very cold and wet place in the dead of winter. Today, however, appears to be one of the nicer days. It's a rare treat for the few thousands that are trapped within these mists. No rain falls today, which is a rarity. Although the frigid temperatures can still seep really deep into the bones when you're outside. No amount of layers of clothing can really remove it. Despite the weather, the bare twisted trees and the mists above blocking direct sunlight from entering the valley, there are many that seem to be in good spirits today, packing up their carts and wagons to head out to Barovia village for the day's festivities. In every burg, from the capital of Vallaki to the outskirts of Kresik, there's a buzz for the smallest town among them. The former ruins and the land's namesake was once again open for business today.
Yay!
In Castle Ravenloft, this excitement is heightened even further. Even though the cold clings to the stone walls and radiates from all of the steel sculptures and the iron chandeliers, everyone's scrambling in their preparations. There's excitement, nervousness, even fear that's palpable in the air. Most, including the queen herself, is busying themselves with today's ridiculously overdramatic events. Priyana's not the one I'm going to focus on here, though. She's probably just up in the bedroom putting on another ridiculously, inappropriately large gown. Because what else does she do on event days? She has so many gowns. She has so many dresses. This is what she does. I'd rather hear about the boys.
Oh, goodness.
So, taking them one at a time, I want to know, how are the Zarovichs men spending their last few hours before the trek out to the big competition begins? Starting with the youngest, Sergei von Zarovich.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Sergei von Zarovich he's probably in the chapel of Castle Ravenloft.
Okay.
Before he reemerged in Barovia, he had trained for years and years to sort of rise up within the church. Mm-hmm. So he has a lot of roots there, and I imagine that he's probably done some cooking preparations down in the kitchens of Castle Ravenloft, and he's like tried his best to like integrate garlic into different recipes and tried to like practice a little bit.
Right.
But I think when all is said and done, he is probably most comfortable at prayer and most comfortable in the confines of a church.
Okay.
So he's like probably sitting at a pew in the chapel before the 3 tremendous stained glass windows of the new Castle Ravenloft chapel. Mm-hmm. To the left, there is the rising sun meant to symbolize the Morning Lord. Mm-hmm. To the far right, there is the night sky and to symbolize Mother Night. And then the center there is, what was it, midday?
About midday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's taken a lot of time to get sort of reintroduced to, like he's reading over one of the new holy texts of the Morning Lord and Mother Night, mm-hmm. Because the religion that he grew up with is so different. There's still a lot of commonalities, but as he's getting to know things, he's just praying and preparing and just sort of psyching himself up mentally.
Dear Morning Lord, do me a fucking solid, my dude.
His hands are probably clasped. It's like, oh, our beloved Father and the Holy Mother, please look down on me and watch out for me and watch out for my brothers as we take part in this challenge, because I'd really like to win. I want to make a good impression on people.
Aww.
And like, yeah, I think I'm thankful that my brother has come such a long way and he doesn't seem to have so much of a stick up his ass. But I would, you know, I'm glad that people are appreciative of him and they're beginning to come around, but I would really like to win this. But please bless all of us so that we do our very best, but maybe me most of all. Amen.
Oh, sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. I'm actually going to roll something right now. Oh.
That is the highest number you can get on that dice.
That's a 20. Wow, we're going out. We're just bopping today, aren't we? Natural 20 first roll of the night. Okay. Interesting. The chapel's very quiet. There's no one else in there with him. Mm-hmm. Usually there is someone who looks after that, kind of runs the chapel. Mm-hmm. But he is not here at present. So Sergei's by himself. You don't hear anything. But you do feel something.
Oh.
It is a deep, deep sense of warmth that kind of starts at the middle of his chest and spreads outward, blossoming almost like a sunflower.
Wow.
And it's a feeling of confidence, assuredness that everything's going to be okay.
Wow. Sergei would sort of exhale and be like, wow. Yeah, I guess you really heard me. Way to go, Morning Lord. I got this. Yeah.
Okay.
He smooths out his vestments and his clothes, and he gets ready.
All right.
Sort of filled with newfound confidence.
Such a sweet boy. Let's go to Radin.
Oh, God.
What is the most serious of the three Zarovich boys? The eldest brother. What is he up to?
He's technically the eldest brother,
He is the eldest.
So, Radin, the Dusk Elf Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft, he is in the kitchens.
Oh, shit.
Feverishly cooking and practicing and doing his best.
I'm proud of him.
He's... okay. He's probably doing his best to crack eggs properly and whisk them into a bowl.
Wow.
Probably under the supervision of Castle Ravenloft chef, Emmerich Mardukov.
Mm-hmm.
Emmerich is a were-raven from the Mardukov family who owns the Wizard of Wines in Barovia. He was appointed by Priyanna to be the chef of the castle.
The official royal chef.
The royal chef. After she became queen, it suddenly seemed a little improper that the queen herself would be cooking all the meals.
Well, it got to a point where I had too many people to cook for. I couldn't just stand around all day making stuff. I couldn't make breakfast every day. Mm-hmm. You know?
Is our game basically just how many friends and loved ones and NPCs can we cram into Castle Ravenloft?
Well, yeah, that's why I keep improving it.
So, Radin is fiercely whisking and trying to get seasonings right and tasting things like, yes, all right. Emmerich, I need you to be incredibly honest with me. How does this taste? If this isn't good enough to impress the queen, it's not good enough to impress you. It's surely not going to impress her.
Oh.
Emmerich looks a little bit intimidated because Radin's a very intimidating man. He's like 6'4", all frowns, like scars. He's like the most intimidating elf.
Yeah.
He sort of has like dark black hair that just sort of flows long along the back of his head.
He's the dude in the top left of the image there.
And Emmerich sort of scratches his stubbly chin and sort of, he tastes what Radin has made. He's like, well, you're getting closer. I wouldn't say that it's food yet, but you've made incredible progress. And you see just a vein pop in Radin's head, which is like,
No.
Thank you, Emmerich. I appreciate your patience and your seeing me through this. It's been a long week. Yes, it has. I hope that it's going to serve you well out there. I'm going to do my best. And he's dressed in like a chef's hat and an apron, and like the apron is a mess.
Oh.
And like he takes it off and tosses it to the side as he sort of begins to prepare to be ready for this competition, I think.
Okay. Last, but definitely not least, according to his own ideals of himself, Strahd von Zarovichs, Lord of the Land.
Oh, man. Count Strahd von Zarovichs is... He's not worried at all.
Of course not. Why would he be?
Strahd would be... Actually, what are you going to be doing, my boy? Okay. He's in the tallest tower of Castle Ravenloft. He's not even the slightest bit concerned about this competition.
Let me guess, has he not practiced at all?
I would say that he's practiced a little. Like, he's gotten recipes, and he's read the recipes.
Okay.
And he's magically summoned, like, unseen servants to do a lot of the cooking.
Oh,
so
God.
he's been able to see, like, things being cooked in a controlled environment.
Okay.
But he is still incredibly confident in himself. He's assured in himself that he will win this. But yeah, he has taken a leisurely time in the morning to venture up to the top of spire of Castle Ravenloft to visit in with Marta Blinksy. Marta is a character that was introduced in the campaign. She's Gadolf Blinksy, the Toymaker's daughter. And she has been sort of taken into Castle Ravenloft as their mad scientist, I guess?
It's my Frankenstein.
Yeah. She is essentially concerned with new contraptions and inventions and things, and ways of mechanically improving the castle and the land of Barovia.
Yeah. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. Strahd steps into her workroom to see Marta. She is a half-Vistani woman. And she is working tirelessly on a new series of inventions, a series of glass canisters with wiring inside, connected via wire to would essentially amount to makeshift batteries.
It's really cool.
She has been working on a way of creating electrical lights for some time now, and Strahd is incredibly eager to see this experiment bear fruit.
I think the biggest reason, if I remember right from the session where she introduced it, is that it was learned that with the light being bright enough, it cut through the mist. And nothing's been able to cut through the mist before. So that was a pretty cool... She's been paid extra to really, really develop this science out.
Yeah. So the door opens and Strahd just sort of like glides.
Of course he does.
He's wearing his formal wear. He's already gotten ready.
Oh.
He parts a lock of hair out from his eyes, and he looks to Marta and is like, Marta, how are your experiments faring? What sees you today? Marta, a little bit flustered, sort of turns and says, they're going swimmingly. I'm actually just about to test to see if this new light holds up to the bigger power source. Would you like to see? And Strahd smiles and folds his arms and says, yes, I would be delighted to see how this has been developing.
Fingers crossed the castle doesn't blow up when she does this.
Well, I'm going to roll to find out.
Oh no, there's a roll involved in this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Pretty good. That's
fine.
A 19.
It's fine. It's a 19. That's good.
Dungeon Master, is 19 good?
I would assume it would be, yes.
Okay,
it
cool.
is above not failing.
Strahd watches Marta. This is a woman who Priyana brought in. He has watched Priyana see her develop all of these things. He was skeptical at first. He knows the toy maker of Vallaki only by reputation.
Right.
Because he had apparently made a few sort of mocking caricature toys of him. But to have his daughter brought in to produce such wonders genuinely surprised him. He sees her slowly make her way across the room. The wasting illness that she was born in makes her legs very feeble, but she has built contraptions and aids to assist in her mobility.
Right.
As she throws a large lever across the room, there is a spark and a crackling of electricity that surges through copper wires and arcs out as this tremendous light begins to glow, the wires growing hot within it. Strahd shields his eyes a little bit as it grows brighter and brighter. And then as he sort of pulls his hand away, he notices it doesn't hurt to look at.
Hey.
It's not sort of accosting like the light of the sun. He sort of moves closer to it and he feels the heat radiate out from it. And for a brief moment, Strahd remembers the feel of the sun.
Aww. Aww.
He smiles and he looks to Marta and he says, "You're doing incredibly well. You will be commended for this. Please do keep at it."
Damn.
Marta takes off a pair of gloves and like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Count. Although I was actually planning on taking the rest of the day off. There's the festival in Barovia Village. I'd hoped to attend and see how things were going to go. Strahd smiles and says, right, the festival. No, do take the rest of the day off.
Good.
Come see my inevitable victory.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, what are you preparing? That's a secret. Oh. Well, I hope it's good.
Me too.
It'll have to be for Brianna to be impressed. She's like the best chef in the entire land. He's like, we'll see about that.
Oh no. What have I done?
That's what he's up to.
Okay. So, around this time, Brianna's finished up making herself look ridiculously too good for this event. As she does. She's wasted most of the morning doing this. And she is down in the entryway of Castle Ravenloft. And this is around the time that the messages, or if distance requires, sending spells, begin to ping off to the various people in the castle who she knew wanted to come to this. It is time to leave. She keeps it short and sweet. It's time to go. We have to get there before most of the other people are there. Mm-hmm. So, the pitch black carriages have been pulled around to the front of the castle. Some driven by undead forces, some driven by just magic alone. The queen herself will be awaiting the rest of the royal family in the largest of them all.
Mm. So I guess all three boys are going to make their way towards those carriages.
Okay. The two pitch black horses with blazing red eyes stomp their hooves very impatiently. Probably just as impatient as you think Brianna is to get down to Barovia Village and get this stuff started. But the door of the carriage that they're pulling, the largest one, flings open, and Brianna leans out to wave them over. Now, it isn't like there's normal space in this carriage as it is, because her skirts of her dress probably take up, enough for two people.
It's a very big dress.
It's a very big dress. That's what she does. But she seems pretty eager to get all three boys in this thing and go in as a family.
Yeah.
They're probably used to that at this point. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Strahd and Radin will make their way in first, and they'll sort of sit beside each other. And then I imagine Sergei sort of bounds in and then tries to sit in between them.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He's slightly smaller than the other two.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he's just sort of in there like a dirty shirt. He trips a little as he's getting in.
Aw, sweet boy.
That's the one we discovered. He's very sort of Michael Kelso from that 70s show.
He's very Kelso. He's a sweet boy. Sweet, sweet, dumb boy. She's going to smile at all of them. A little nervous. Brianna doesn't usually look nervous when it comes to festivals. Festivals are kind of her forte. Mm-hmm. She is a natural performer, but this time around she actually looks nervous. Whichever boy has ultimately ended up beside her will suddenly find her hand sneaking into his, and it's death grip.
Oh, wow. Strahd would probably be the first to take Brianna's hand.
Cool.
He says, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine. I have been anticipating this event since the day I announced it. It will be wonderful. Nothing will go wrong. The three of you will be brilliant. It will be fine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because my broken hand says otherwise.
You don't need to you don't need to call me out in front of your brother, okay? You don't need to...
He smiles and it's like, "You're going to be fine.
Mm.
The people adore you.
Mm.
As do I."
Okay.
What you need, you do not need to worry.
I need to worry a little.
You've had Barovia Village rebuilt, taken from the festering ruin that it was into once more the pride of this valley. For that, you should be proud.
I am. I'm worried no one will show up. Let's put it that way. I worry no one will show up.
You're the queen.
And you burnt down the entire village.
If they're not arriving for me, they will certainly arrive for you.
Okay.
I will admit, you are perhaps a more gentle ruler than I ever was.
I would agree with that.
Radin clears his throat. That's an understatement.
Oh, don't... Okay. She snaps her fingers in the air, and like magic, this driverless carriage just starts taking off down the winding road of the mountain that Castle Ravenloft is perched precariously upon. She continues talking with them as they head down into the deep, dense forest. I don't think there's a command, actually, for that. I don't remember putting one in. But we've been up for about... The game's been running for about half an hour. We've been up for about 50 minutes. So, you're good to go. It becomes incredibly dark once they hit that forest line. Mm-hmm. Because the forest is so dense and so tightly packed with mist that it completely shuts out what remaining light there was filtering into this valley through those mists. But even so, she seems, despite nerves, seems to be in pretty good spirits. She explains to them all that it's probably just going to be a small gathering of people. Probably just the locals from Barovia and a couple scattered in Vistani at most. We're just going to have this be fun. It's going to be easy. Please don't wreck each other doing this. And that goes directly to, Strahd.
Strahd looks... He, puts a hand to his chest and sort of feigning shock. He backs away a little bit, it's like, Brianna, I would never.
You would never. I'm sure.
You were the judge in this. We're here to appease you.
And I appreciate that sentiment. You're competitive, my love.
I am among my most trusted advisor and confidant. And also my dearest brother.
The way he says dearest makes her hand tighten a little bit more on his.
Yeah. Sergei sort of like, "Aw."
Oh, no.
I'm your dearest brother? I mean, it's not a hard list to top, I guess, but that's really sweet. It's really nice to see you more in touch with your feelings and wow. Brianna, you've rubbed off on my brother very well. He never used to be like this.
I really hope I have, honey. I really thank you.
You just see Radin just nods to you.
Oh.
You actually... Radin probably looks nervous.
Really?
And he doesn't look nervous often because he's got that very sort of elven, just sort of stone face.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But he you don't see it in his expression so much as his eyes will occasionally dart to the window every so often.
Oh. He's probably the most earnest of the boys. He actually tried. He actually tried to learn this. He was also the one who didn't want to do this and who I had to strong arm into it.
Yeah.
But, it's okay. Goodness. So, they pass through this forest, past the Sere Falls, the giant waterfalls that go deeper into the valley, to where all of them are fairly aware that the Vistani live. And it's around this time that the road starts to become a little cramped. It's not just the royal carriages out on this road today. There are quite a few Vistani carriages making their way in the same direction. These roads that are usually fairly empty, aside from the occasional passerby, have a lot of people on them today.
Strahd's probably we're slowing down. what's the matter with this? Something is up. And he looks out. He sort of like moves to look out the window. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there may be an interruption in the road. Perhaps a tree has fallen. And they both sort of look out and they see all these Vistani wagons and like the other wagons are like, oh.
It's fine. It's fine. But it does already appear to be significantly more people than Brianna had just told them would be there. It's already, like, instead of a small crowd, it's officially a largish crowd of just Vistani. It takes a little bit more time to get across the Ilvis River, which surrounds Barovia Village, to the actual gates of Barovia. Village. There's dirt-covered paths that have woven their way through all of these dark forests, have now given way to proper cobble. The carriages finally approach these front gates, and Brianna lets out a very high-pitched squeak of excitement, which is a rarity for her ever since she became queen. Mm-hmm. It's perhaps maybe a little too shrill for the ears of these poor boys sitting around her. And it's perhaps in many generations that a crowd was seen within this particular place. Barovia Village's history has wars with the Count, wars with wolves and the creatures of the forest, wars with, well, basically anyone. And this history is legendary.
Yeah.
It was all but abandoned when Brianna arrived back in Barovia for this time around, but now has freshly built walls, a repaired front gate, and it looks alive. Mm-hmm. Brianna's eyes grow as big as saucers as she sees all of this. And she practically scrambles over Strahd's lap to get a better view out the other window, to really take it in and witness the fruits of all of their labor with her own eyes. She turns around and with this huge grin on her face goes, "You can see this, right? I'm not imagining this. I can't believe it worked."
Yeah. I think all of them are looking a little surprised. Sergei is probably very excited.
Aww.
It's like, it looks how I remember it. It's actually lots of people again. Wow.
Indeed, it had worked. Because Brianna's plan of luring a couple of people out to this vacant village had proven a bit more than successful. Vistani wagons are scattered among those of Barovian make, and even a larger wagon from the Wizard of Wines itself.
Oh, shit.
Can be seen amongst these crowds. There's definitely far more than Brianna had suggested there would be when this public event was first mentioned. And it seems to only be getting bigger. 10 times bigger, in fact.
Oh my god.
This came with its own problems.
Yeah.
The most important one of the moment being, where the hell are they going to park all these wagons?
Yeah, Barovia Village it's like, it's a fairly big village and it has like stone walls, but it ain't a town. It ain't a city. It's very small.
From what you can see of the few native Barovia Village people here, the albeit slow answer to this has been park everything in alleyways, but you think that's going to be a pain in the ass to try and declog later. Way too many people for way too small of a place that has maybe 3 shops and 1 inn in it. And that's about it.
There's like wagon drivers arguing with each other over parking spaces.
Exactly. The chaos doesn't seem to bother Brianna, though, as she's taking all this in, who looks back at her family and claps her hands once in, like, pure excitement. As she's, well, I guess the people are pretty eager to see what all of you can do.
You see Radin put his head in his hands a little bit, just sort of like, okay, yes.
I'm sure this won't be a problem, right? It's not going to be a problem. You got this.
Yes.
All 3 of you told me time and time again, more than capable.
Strahd, still trying to be as cool as a cucumber, like, still's like, of course. I'm glad. This is actually very beneficial. Now, we'll have a proper turnout to truly see.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the best among us.
This may even go down in the history books, permanently written in the history of Barovia, to truly say which of you is the master here.
All three of them are nodding. Radin looks increasingly nervous.
No, Spore, I'm gonna break this poor boy. I'm so sorry. Radin, I love you. I'm so sorry.
You probably hear him. It's like, I could murder all of them.
No! Don't
Just
murder.
wipe out the entire town. No one has to know. No one.
Radin, no. We love the Barovian people. We don't kill our friends.
This doesn't exactly line up with my history.
Oh my god.
Barovians are your friends.
In extension, also your friends. Lord Radin. Or do you forget that I gave you a formal title?
Very well.
Thank you. No murder. I will actually be right back. You can talk to the people about how nervous Radin is.
He's a very nervous boy.
Is he so very scared? Very afeared.
Yeah. Radin is sort of shaking or rather he always appears calm and he always appears very still. And it's only in like the slightest twitches or the occasional glances out a window or just the way like his lip will occasionally curl or like a vein will throb in the side of his forehead or like in his temple that either Strahd or Sergei can see that he's like nervous or perturbed. Because he's very, very even a lot of the time. Also, he's like the voice of Patrick Warburton in like a series of unfortunate events or something, which was a role-playing detail that basically came out of nowhere when I reintroduced the character. And I was like, how do I make Radin stand out? How do I make this character easier to play so he doesn't just have the same sort of like raspy villain voice that so many of my other NPCs have had over the years? So it just sort of came out, I was like, Brianna, yes.
I have returned. And my voice is no longer fading into crap. So, good. Bought myself some more time.
So, it's a big-ass wagon pile-up and everything.
It's a giant gridlock.
The carriage will be parked and so it's like, now remember, we're in the itchy lot. Remember, kids.
Bat Zone 7. It's fine.
It's like Disneyland.
Yeah. So the royal procession of carriages, as many as there are, gather a lot of attention from the people in the crowd. Obviously, they are pitch black among nothing but colorful wagons and wood wagons. But they manage to break off from this chaos and wind their way past the well-destroyed death house on its hill, past the church and its misty graveyard, past the Blood on the Vine Tavern, where this entire event will be taking place in front of.
Oh, dang.
It goes straight to the Burgomaster's mansion, where the wagons are secured in a more proper place. Brianna steps out first, a bit improperly and too excited to handle herself. And she's bouncing in place. Even in that gown, she is just like a freaking 5-year-old.
Oh, she's like a little kid. She's so excited.
So excited. Like, she never thought there'd be people here. Not in Barovia Village. She thought this was a goner. There was no way to fix it. And now she's seeing a chance. Just the slightest of chances that maybe this could be the center of Barovia again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think of all three characters, like, Sergei probably picks up on that excitement and is sort of like, it sort of energizes him too. He's like, yeah,
it's great.
I'm a little nervous, but this is gonna be good. Oh man,
Take
crowd. I can work a crowd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take those nerves, and just make something good with it. You know.
Oh, I can definitely do that. Just you just wait.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Strahd sort of like Strahd has a thing where he just pats him on the head a little bit. It's like, well, at least you're excited, and excitement is good.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Encourage your brother.
Sergei, you're going to do swimmingly, I'm sure.
Good.
As he just turns to Strahd, like, thank you, brother. I'm going to do my best. Which I think is going to be, a fair bit better than you. Strahd just sort of has this look where he's like, excuse me?
Oh, no.
Has it come to this, brother? Is that how it's going to be? Well, yeah.
Oh, this argument's going out right in front of the place I used to live. This is a very bad place for this argument. Oh, no. I've got to disperse this real fast. This is bad. This is triggering. I can't do this.
Yeah. No, brother, may the best man win. Yes. Well, that's obviously going to be me.
Obviously. I see. Okay. What I would suggest then is I need to go track down Ismark, make sure everything's going okay. Burgomaster of this place is probably frazzled to hell and back, so I need to make sure he's okay and breathing. The lot of you can look around, do what you want, head down to the main event, see what I have set up there. Mm-hmm. Might have poured a lot of coin into this. Maybe just a little bit. But, yeah, you can get accustomed to the tools you'll be working with today.
All right, the three of them, I guess, head down into the center of town to get ready.
Okay.
Are there like sort of like festival like carnival stands everywhere for like food and stuff?
Oh yeah.
There's like collector cups and foam fingers.
It does appear that a couple of the food stall vendors from Duffeldor, one of the new towns that were built into the Amber Temple in the last few years, they have a vast market there.
Ooh.
And they have a couple like street food vendor kind of things that they've been making a lot of bank off of people going in and shopping there. It seems they've taken advantage of the situation and have set up like little things just outside their wagon. Like they parked their wagon, opened up the side, and is like, "I got food, my dudes."
You can get your footlongs, you can get your turkey legs, you can get. That's gonna be really cool.
It seems like they knew there was gonna be a crowd, and so they've prepared for a crowd. Mm-hmm. So there's food, which is pretty good. Which will be nice for Priyan to eat something edible when all of this is done.
Oh. Ye of little faith.
We'll see. It's mostly just a lot of people, and this has proven to be a little overwhelming for all of 3 shops that are currently in Barovia Village.
Yeah.
As the many carts and wagons and horses are stashed away in all of these abandoned alleyways and stockyards, the density of the crowds seems a little less overwhelming without all the giant vehicles around. Mm-hmm. The sheer amount of work and preparation for this day suddenly becomes very apparent. A bit of assorted rubble, rot, and ash has been cleared away from the public areas. And for the first time in years, things look, you wouldn't say clean, but close to clean.
Wow. Well, for Barovia Village, that's saying something.
Which is a lot, yeah. Banners featuring today's sponsor shop, the Lion's Shield Coster shop, can be seen everywhere.
Oh.
The owner of said shop has gone a little bit above and beyond.
Oh, of course she has.
To really let people know that adventuring gear is for sale. And, like, we got weapons, we got shields. It's great. Come buy things here. And a lot of people are checking it out.
Oh, nice. That's Linene Greywind from, I think she's from the Forgotten Realms. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's an outlander to Barovia who was sort of swept in by the mists and was staying in Duffeldor, I think.
Yes.
And she was like, I run the Lion Shield Coster, and I'm a shop owner, and Barovia doesn't have a lot of shops, and I have all this stock that I ended up being swept here with by the mists. Can I just open a store and a franchise here?
And Priyanna was like, hell yeah, go do it, girl.
Yeah. So there is now a Lion Shield Coster in Barovia Village.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and she's probably like ecstatic at the turnout. Like now she's in her element again.
There's also a waxworks that has been built within Barovia Village, and they seem to be packed. A lot of people are trying to figure out what the hell this place is, because it's bigger than any other waxworks that has been in Barovia prior. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the last one's a shoe store, right?
Last one's a cobbler.
A cobbler. The cobbler not going to have stock after today, you don't think?
Get your commemorative Battle of Zarovichs boots. They have tiny bats on them.
Oh, nice.
They protect your feet from
Bat bites.
accidents.
Bat bites.
Everyone needs sturdy shoe to protect against bats.
You can kick them.
I'm sorry, I'm too tickled by that.
Okay. In most of the areas of Barovia Village, it still feels kind of like a ghost town. Mm-hmm. But in the areas with the handful of stores and homes that have been rebuilt, it actually feels like a thriving town, almost like Kresik.
Ah.
It's not Volaki, the capital, but it's, a small village doing its best.
Yeah, this is a nice small town now. Mm-hmm. Oh, dang.
These boys wandering through the town will see that the crowds give them a wide berth. Mm-hmm. Especially Strahd. Without the friendly face of the queen that's like always assuring them, they won't murder you guys, it's fine. They seem to have a lot of that lingering fear still in them.
Yeah.
Occasionally, though, a Vistani will bow. Or one of the more innocent Barovians, the children especially, will wave. Because they've officially bought into all of Priana's propaganda of Strahd's great, guys, give him another chance, guys.
Strahd has tried to turn over a new leaf as much as Strahd can. Mm-hmm. And he will sort of like queen wave to everyone.
Nice.
And he's also flanked by Radin, and Radin's more than a little stiff. So the two of them cut a certain figure as they're going through. Sergei's probably bounding from shop to shop because this is the Barovia village that Sergei would remember best, because he doesn't have any memories prior to basically just before Strahd became a vampire.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember the mists coming in. He doesn't remember all of the centuries upon centuries that Strahd has been a vampire, and most of Barovia has just fallen apart. Mm-hmm. He remembers Barovia Village being a thriving town filled with people. So now it's it's back to normal. Wow, the buildings are kind of falling apart, but hey, look at this.
My heart, he appreciates my work. I love it.
Radin is probably looking with Strahd, the two of them going back and forth. It's she really is a miracle worker, isn't she? A town thriving. Radin looks over. It's she's certainly been dedicated to this task. I know that building the walls around it to protect from wolves and from other threats were among her top priorities. They were the first to be completed. Ah, yes, they were. Radin, what do you think your chances are in this competition? How are you feeling?
Oh, no.
I'd say I'm confident and more than a little practiced at this. Strahd looks over and he's surprised, really? Well, good for you. Confidence is good.
Good for you.
And I guess they continue on their way.
Okay. They eventually wind their way down to the Blood on the Vine Tavern. The center... What was the only standing structure of business for quite a while.
Yeah.
Now is officially a centerpiece of the town.
Oh, nice.
There's a staging area there. And the staging area has had the most care of any of the rest of it. There are workstations with tables, cooking implements, and oversized barrels of water set up right in front of the doors. It's clear that nicer things have been brought in just for these three boys.
Aww.
The stations are identical, with a single box of utensils and tools, all the same in every way, that are ready to be used in the center of the work tables. There's a basket of ingredients that rest behind all these tables. Enough, you think, altogether, would fill Castle Ravenloft's larder.
Dang, that's a lot of ingredients.
It is a lot of ingredients. It's clear to you, to all three of them, the Queen has spared no expense.
Oh, shit.
The Queen is a woman who likes a good budget. There was no budget.
Damn.
she's taking this more seriously than she has the other festivals so far. They're free to investigate, take a look around. If they want to see what's in the baskets, they can take a look at that.
I think Radin will very quickly make its way over to see what's on the menu, what he has to work with. Because he's prepared with a lot of different stuff, but now he wants to see what he's working with.
I have a list.
Okay.
In the pantry, like, we'll call it a pantry for the sake of saying it. There is flour, eggs, butter, unsalted, white sugar, salt, milk, brown russet potatoes, yellow onions, potato yeast, which you can use as just like a normal, as of modern today standards yeast, just for the sake of doing so.
Yeah, so for bread rising.
For bread rising, exactly. Honey, plums, red apples, wine, the Red Dragon's Crush variety.
So that's a good wine.
It's mid-level.
So that's like I can't remember how the wines break down. It's like a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Exactly. There's button mushrooms.
Ooh.
Assorted wild forest berries.
Interesting.
You have a little sachet of spices, which includes black pepper, paprika, thyme, and basil.
Ooh.
There's also 3 different kinds of proteins. There's wolf meat. There's hare meat, which is in a much smaller bundle than the rest. Hare meat's not the most common, but it is Barovian. And there are river fish, namely barbel, bream, carp, pike, but just river fish.
Okay.
All of the ingredients are all sourced natively.
Wow. I think Radin would probably notice that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, interesting. These could be found within the valley. Actually, Radin, are you clever enough to figure out? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I see what she's going for. Mm-hmm. And he looks around, he sees all the crowds. He sees the native ingredients and the banners and the excitement drawn to it. And he's like, a devious woman. She's going to sell this town to every one of the other Barovians coming in.
Uh-huh. Sure am.
Strahd probably makes his way to his kitchen station and he fills about with the things. He looks in the ingredients like, oh, I can use this, yes. Oh, this over here. Oh. I have what I need. Good.
Okay. Does Sergey feel the same way, though? Or is he my little panicky boy?
Sergey's going to come in and you're like, oh, this looks great. Oh, we don't have that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we don't. Wait, is there... Okay, we have that, but... Oh, no, we don't have that.
Uh-oh.
No, I can make this work.
Okay.
Yeah.
After some time, Priyana does eventually wind her way back. Ismark's is pretty nearby her, but he kind of goes off in his own direction. Mm-hmm. She looks over everything carefully herself, and you can see her counting, like, exactly this many potatoes. Okay, they have exactly this, making sure everything is precise.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately appears pleased. It's like a weight has been lifted off of her. Like, everything, despite the crowds, everything seems to be in order, which is good. She'll motion the 3 boys over to her with just a beckoning of her finger.
Mm.
And then despite it's not really a roar of a crowd, but talking is very loud.
Yeah, there's like a din of
chatter.
People.
Yeah, the chatter is pretty loud. Over the chatter, she just asks, are you guys ready to go? Or we need some more time? Or what are we doing?
Strahd sort of flourishes with his half cape. Or no, his full cape and everything, because he's that vampire charm.
Wearing a full cape to cook. Yeah. Good idea.
He's like, I'm more than ready.
He didn't say I was born ready. He gets less points for that.
No, he said I'm more than ready.
I know, but he didn't say I'm born ready.
Oh, well, no, he
wasn't.
Like
a fucking edgelord. Born ready, Priyana. She'll look to the most nervous of them all, Radin.
Radin looks over everything and he nods to you.
Okay, good.
All right.
Sergey, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's this? What's this one? And he holds up a whisk.
Oh. There's... She kind of lifts her hand up and just kind of makes an kind of motion. You mix things with it, dear.
Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I usually use a spoon.
This might work better. It whips air into it. You whip it real quickly.
He swishes it about and it's like, oh.
Oh no.
Like, people think of the wildest things nowadays.
Uh-huh. You have any other questions, darling?
All right, we got knives.
Uh-huh.
We have our things. Okay, there's the small spoon and then there's the slightly larger spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the difference other than size?
Other than size? Well, size is the main reason.
Okay.
They're different measurements. But other than size, one will probably mix quicker than the other one.
This is gonna go great.
Okay.
I got a good feeling about this.
Mm-hmm. I do too. It's fine.
Oh wow, there's even eggs. Brother, did you see we have eggs? I'm gonna win. You know that, right?
Oh no. It's okay.
The eggs and flour. Oh, I got this in the bag.
Okay. She just like pats him on the shoulder, just like real affectionately. She's like, "Keep the faith, dear. Just keep the faith. Morning Lord's got your back. You know, you're good."
He does though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I prayed this morning and I swear I felt his divine presence just sort of like right inside me. Which I know that sounds bad, but it's good. I am filled with divine inspiration.
And that is something that your brothers will never know the feeling of, so take that with you.
Yeah, I've got this.
You've got this.
Ran is just looking over, just like, oh my fucking god. This child.
Do not ruin him. He's so happy. Let me have my sunbeam boy. Damn it. Okay, so, she lets off a signal over to Ismark, who goes, oh, yeah, sure. With that signal, a horn, a little too close to all of them, blasts out really loudly.
Oh, geez.
It's enough to make Priyanna flinch. But all the people in the area suddenly glance over, and the crowd kind of semicircles around this little staging area.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's pretty packed. Some people around the front sit, others stand in the back, but there are a lot of people to watch this event take place. They are surrounded on all sides by people who would have wanted their family dead not 6 months ago.
Yeah. Strahd sort of like does that queen wave to everyone, but like he still looks like the tiniest bit nervous as he recognizes like, well, they're not carrying torches or pitchforks.
It is an
this
improvement.
is an improvement.
It is. Okay. Priyanna seems unaffected. Crowds, that's her jam. Mm-hmm. She's good with this. She gives Strahd a particular wink, but not the other two. Mm. And then she turns to address the crowd. Welcome, my beloved people of Barovia. Native, Outlanders, and Vistani, whoever you may be and wherever you came from, I am honored to have you all here with us today for this wonderful event. Today, I am posing a challenge to the rest of the Zarovichs family to test their knowledge of this land and what all of you work so hard to produce for us. It is up to them to take what has been given and create a culinary perfection deserving of our people and the legacy of the land they stand in. And she gives Strahd a look.
Strahd, he keeps it together, but there's certainly a part of him where it's like, oh, I see. That's her game. Mm-hmm.
Our willing and eager contestants today are, and she motions to each of them in kind, the ruler of this land, Lord Strahd von Zarovich. And I'm rolling for a crowd reaction.
Oof.
Well, it's not a complete boo fest, but there's not a sound. Not a cheer, but not a boo either. Nothing gets thrown.
Strahd will sort of step forward and sort of do a flourish with his cape a little bit to make him look more impressive.
Oh, jeez. Nothing. Not a sound. There's a cough in the back. Yeah.
Strahd stands there sort of expectantly. He just sort of makes a very slight... Wait. How petty is Strahd?
Oh, Jesus.
Petty is he?
How petty is Strahd? He's Strahd. That's decently petty.
Okay. He will cast...
Oh, jeez.
Prestidigitation to produce the sound of applause. Not uproarious applause, but like some applause that is genuine. As if to like get people started and clap, like they're clapping now.
Nothing. That was a lower roll than the last one. But you gotta have a couple claps because you did it yourself.
Mm-hmm. He steps backwards.
Okay. Priyana is a little uneasy for him. That was awkward. But she motions to Radin next. Goes, Lord Radin von Zarovichs. Try that again. Oh, they like him. Okay. Well, it's probably because in the last, 4 months, every time Priyana's done anything, Radin's at her side helping her do things. Mm-hmm. So he's a more familiar face. See, Peaches would have cheered for Strahd. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Radin gets applause, especially from people from Vallaki. He's been a part of the last, 4 festivals at Priyana's side.
Yeah, he was, second place?
He was second place on Peacock Day.
Yeah. The famous Vallaki festival that is a male beauty pageant.
Yeah.
He came in second place.
He did.
Second place to Sergei von Zarovichs.
Of course.
So there's an uproarious cheer for him, and he's a little awkward. It's thank you. Thank you. Yes, and he awkwardly kind of bows to the crowd. You can stop clapping now. And he just kind of glowers a little bit, and the clapping kind of
it slowly ebbs. It slowly ebbs away.
Yeah.
Priyana's pleased at that. She's like, "Oh, you sweet boy."
Yeah. Strahd watches this happen. He's like, "It's fine.
Come to me the festivals more often, and maybe you'll get some too."
Maybe I will.
Yeah, maybe you will. In the latest edition, a gift given to us by the grace of the Morning Lord himself. She says this very publicly. She turns and motions to Sergei, the youngest member of the Zarovich family, Sergei von Zarovichs. Mediocre applause. Not as much as Radin, but there's applause there.
Are there any... Could I make the case that maybe he has advantage because people would recognize him from the festival?
I would say yes, but no, still mediocre. Radin's the darling. Radin's the one at the Queen's side, repairing things, fixing things, taking initiative.
That's very true.
Where the hell have these other Zarovichs been? Fucking nowhere.
Yeah, where indeed?
Where have they been?
All right, Sergei will probably stand up and do a little bow and wave. And there's a bit of applause, and he's bolstered enough by that.
Oh, good.
He got more than his brother. That's enough for him.
He got more than Strahd. Yeah, it's true. So once they're back to their stations, she goes on with her usual bardic flourish that she takes. From river fish and hunted meats of Vallaki, to plums and apples of Berez, to the root vegetables of Krezik, and the wild treasures that grow in our forests and at our riverbeds, the foods that these 3 men were provided with have passed through the hands of true Barovians, those that live and work and breathe within these mists, and strive to make it the best it can be every single day. These boys will only have to make a single dish. It can be any type of dish, so long as it's completed and, of course, edible. Judging will commence afterwards, and points will be awarded for execution of the dish, the taste of it, its presentation, and overall creativity. Mm-hmm. I have selected 2 other judges to assist me, but they will remain in the crowd anonymous until judging begins. And she pauses and kind of gives Strahd another half look over her shoulder. Says, that way they can't be swayed until then.
Strahd rolls his eyes.
Good. You may not use prestidigitation to improve the flavor of your food or any magic that would just automatically do so. But magic can otherwise be used.
Strahd breathes a sigh of relief.
Your merc must remain within your station. You cannot screw with the other contestants and what they're doing. Unless... She pulls out 3 silver pendants.
Ooh.
Somewhere in the folds of her skirts, you're not sure where she was holding these things?
You got pockets.
They got pockets probably buried deep in there.
You're the queen. The queen can have pockets.
With a heavy clunk, she drops each of these silver pendants on the table, one at a time in front of each of these men. These are clearly pendants from the royal treasury. They're like silver coins, but much larger. And each one depicts the Zarovichs family crest. And there's a murmur of confusion in the crowd as she takes her time to do this. Throughout the competition, I will be presenting you with the opportunity to sabotage one of your brothers. There will be a total of 5 opportunities available to you, offered up one at a time, and any of them can be claimed by bringing that pendant to me and placing it in my hand first. Once you have selected your sabotage, you cannot select any more, so choose wisely. You will have a choice of which of the other brothers to give it to.
There's like a moment as Strahd hears this where he has this absolute Grinch moment where just like the grin that slowly spreads across his face as his fingers become a pyramid in front of him. Just like, excellent. What an ingenious addition
Thank
to
you.
this.
I appreciate it. I thought you would approve.
Sarius and Meg's like, oh man, that's not cool.
You don't have to buy one.
Oh. I might not then.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can play this however you want, but you only get one if you do choose one. The crowd seems to be pleased by this and like a little excited, like, ooh,
oh, yeah.
Intrigue, ooh.
New twist.
She takes a step away from the work tables, says, but there is also one other challenge to overcome. It's nothing that terrible, of course. Any great chef can tackle and shine through anything thrown at them, right? She smiles, particularly at Radin. He seems to be the crankiest at the moment. And she goes to fetch a covered dish sitting on a shop stall nearby. She brings it back over. Says, while you are able to use any of the ingredients in your little pantries however you wish, there will be one ingredient that is required in the finished dish.
Secret ingredient.
If it's not used, you'll be automatically disqualified.
All 3 of them are paying rapt attention now.
I mentioned all the different locations throughout our valley and the contributions that they've made to your pantries so far, but there is one area noticeably missing from that list. This very village, Barovia Village. There are many things Barovia Village has been known for throughout history. The nearby fish that splash in the river, the stone fruit that used to grow very close to the walls. But today I'm taking something that they will always be legendary for. And she lifts it, revealing a pile of garlic bulbs.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
This emits gasps of both shock and horror from the crowd. Some even step back away. The belief that garlic was thoroughly banned during Strahd's rule was pervasive.
Yeah, it was basically like an illicit substance. Like, you can't have something that vampires are weak to.
It's obvious in the eyes of the people that they're very worried for their queen and themselves in this moment. Priyanna stands firm, though, despite this, and with full confidence walks to the middle table, Strahd's table, and puts the whole thing down in front of him.
Oh, God. His face probably screws up a little bit as the garlic is revealed. As you put it down in front of him, his face probably morphs a little bit. Like his vampiric features come out, that scrunched up bat nose and like the pointed teeth. They come out for a moment when the aroma of garlic hits his nostrils. He's just like, ugh. And then he sort of like quickly reasserts control and gives Brianna like a small smile. It's like, I see.
Best of luck, my love. May the best chef win.
He tries to smile through it, but he's very clearly like, you.
She gives him the same smarmy Zarovichs smile he has given her so many times in their marriage. She'll turn away from him.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
He just looks down to this like small bushel of garlic in front of him.
She'll take the time to slowly split the garlic up into three pieces. Like there's a pile of it. She splits it all up, moves some to each of the other tables.
Yeah. Sergei looks overjoyed.
Good.
Oh, Barovia Village garlic.
Isn't it great?
I love this.
Good. She's
Brother, did you see?
really
Cooking with garlic, it's gonna be great. Oh. Oh, and in that moment, Sergei von Zarovich realizes his brother's a vampire again. He's like, oh. Oh, brother, no.
Brianna's trying not to cackle as she walks away to give Radin his.
Radin just sort of takes the garlic. It's like, thank you.
You're welcome.
You had this decided from the start, didn't you?
Oh, of course. Before I even thought it would be a public contest, there's garlic involved.
Radin just nods to you and smiles. Good.
Good. Good. She turns back to the crowd, and with a flourish of her hand in the air, motions for the horn to blast once more, says, well, may the best man win. Begin. And the horn sounds.
Oh, man.
So how am I going to handle this?
Yeah, how does this work, Arella?
You don't get a sabotage right off the bat. You get a chance to pull out the ingredients that you want to have. And you can tell me if you wish exactly what they are, or you can just leave it up to a mystery, but it's more fun to tell me what you have.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what each of them has planned.
I would say the good order for this would be Strahd, Rad, and Sergei. So that you can handle like one, then one, then one.
Right.
And go for that. I will wait till the end of Sergei's turn to throw something out there.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and tell me what each of them select from their pantries.
All right. And they can use the entirety of what's in their pantries, right?
Anything and anything they want. Just they have to use the garlic.
Okay. Strahd will... He's just going to stand in front of his station for a few moments, just looking down at that garlic and thinking. Mm-hmm. Just sort of flummoxed, just like, okay. No, this is fine. I can work with this. Yeah. I've worked through worse. I ousted Azel and Rex from my land. I've destroyed entire burgs before. Put to death traitors. This is fine.
It's fine.
He divides up the garlic. He's going to he's going to go over to the proteins and he's going to get barbel. He's going to pull out some fish.
Cool.
He's going to get his spices ready.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to also pick up onions and mushrooms. He's going to definitely grab the butter.
Okay.
He's going to grab probably some of the apples.
Apples, cool.
Salt, pepper, a bunch of the garlic, and get his sort of tools ready as he begins to... also, he's going to grab eggs and flour.
Okay.
And he's going to begin to fillet the fish to get some sort of nice cuts.
Okay.
He'll also get a cast iron pan heated up.
Okay. What about Radin? What's he pulling?
Radin takes a moment to breathe and looks over his ingredients and then nods.
Okay.
He reaches for flour and he reaches for salt and pepper he goes to get butter, and he grabs a bunch of the garlic. What's the situation in terms of like, so there's cooking utensils. Mm-hmm. Are there ovens or
there's standing ovens.
Okay.
And I would say the equivalent of a range.
Oh, okay.
Equivalent of one.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically like a baking oven, and then also something you can like cook over top of with a pan.
Yeah, because Priyana's pretty much set it up the same way that the kitchen in Ravenloft set up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh man, these boys got it easy then. I was expecting...
I used all of Priyana's spending money to do this.
Dang.
I didn't buy another really expensive dress. I did this instead.
Oh, it's D&D Cutthroat Kitchen. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So, he's immediately going to... Okay, what's he going to do? He's going to really quickly begin to crush and then mince the garlic.
Okay.
He's also going to start collecting water from one of the bins and set it to heating up in a pan.
Cool. What about Sergey? What's he grabbing?
Also, Radin's going to grab wolf meat.
Wolf meat? Okay.
Yeah. Sergey thinks for a moment. He's a little flummoxed. He goes to reach for ingredients and then stops and then thinks. And he stops and then thinks and goes to reach for more and then it's like, no, like he seems to have a lot of indecision. Breathes for a little bit. He's like, okay, and he takes a while to just look at Priyana. Just sort of like sizing her up and trying to like think about the events of the day. And then he's going to get butter. He's going to get milk. He's going to get onions, salt, pepper, thyme, basil, all the spices that he has available, the paprika as well. He's going to get a bunch of water. He's going to grab potatoes and the potato yeast.
Okay.
Basically, he's just gonna start grabbing armloads of ingredients to make sure that he's got like most of them in front of them. And then the first thing he's going to do is take most of the garlic, almost all of it, and then put it in a large pan and put that in the oven, just in its bulbs and everything.
He's roasting garlic.
Yeah, he just puts as much garlic as he can into the oven to roast.
Okay. Priyana steps in front of their tables, just as their first cooking actions begin. Mm-hmm. And in a very loud, authoritative voice, kind of jars them from what they're doing. It captures the crowd's attention. She is, the Vistani are invaluable in our way of life, and they allow us to reach lands outside the walls of the mists around us.
There's like a huge cheer from the Vistani.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah!
They import in luxuries and rare treats that lift our spirits. Our homes and our hearths are made more vibrant by their contributions to our community. By selecting this sabotage I'm offering you now, you will be able to select a chef and 3 of their ingredients, which will be replaced by 3 unique goods that have been brought in from neighboring lands, fresh off the Vistani wagons this morning. And she holds out her hand and waits.
Okay. Immediately, Strahd throws out a hand, and a mage hand emerges from it and reaches out with that token to put into Priyana's hand as Strahd continues to cook.
All right. Strahd, which chef are you going to take on? Which brother does this get landed on?
He looks over to Radin, and he can look over and he sees Radin is very nervous. Mm-hmm. But he looks over and he sees Sergey.
Okay.
Sweet, innocent Sergey. Mm-hmm. Says,
oh, no.
Youngest brother.
Oh, no.
You're adaptable.
Okay.
This will be your burden to bear.
Oh, no.
Do remember, I love you. Sergey looks a little crestfallen. It's like, Strahd, why?
Oh, no.
Strahd, I'm just getting started. What?
Strahd, you may select 3 of his ingredients aside from the garlic.
He curses for a moment. Sergey has very clearly put prominence on, let's see. Very clearly put prominence on the milk that he has, and the spices. The spices seem to be the thing he's gotten the most of. And he's like...
Which spices in particular?
He grabbed most of them.
Okay.
So basil, thyme, paprika.
Okay, well, you can only pick 2 of those.
Okay. He's going to take away his thyme and his basil. And he's also going to take away his milk.
Okay. Priyana picks up a small box. And it's a little heavy from how she holds it. And she puts it down on Sergei's station. Says, hand me those, please.
Sergei looks heartbroken that he's giving up the milk.
Mm-hmm.
My recipe, though.
It's early. Adapt. It's still early. Adapt.
Okay.
She hands him over a crate for him to open and walks away.
What's in the crate?
Pineapple.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Tomatoes. Large red tomatoes. And a small packet of meat that has written in cursive on it. Wyvern meat.
Oh, shit. Okay. Tomatoes.
Pineapple. And I guess wyvern meat.
Wyvern meat.
Yeah.
Okay. Sergei looks over this thing. He's like, wait, wyverns are real?
Yeah.
I thought they were made-up story animals.
No.
Like dragons and leprechauns.
No, sweetheart. No, they're real. See, that's just their meat. Just...
He just looks scared
Oh,
as he
no.
opens it up. And it's like slightly tinted green, and it's got weird veins running through it. And he's like, oh.
It's a very tough cut of meat.
Oh, no. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. And he looks determined.
Okay. For this next thing, I'm going to start at the top with Strahd. I would say he can do 2 cooking tasks, and each require a roll to go with them.
Okay.
Usually this would be a performance check, because Priyana, as a chef bard, uses a performance check. Mm-hmm. But depending on what it is, it might be a strength check. It might be a dexterity check. It depends. Yeah, it completely depends on what he's doing.
Okay. If that's the case, I might go into like the recipes that they have, like what they want to make.
Okay.
Because I think that'll be easier to see sort of how it changes as it goes on. So, Strahd is going to attempt to make pan-fried barbel with sort of a garlic butter sauce. And it's going to be cooked alongside mushrooms and onions.
Nice.
And it's going to be like drizzled over with this garlic sauce.
Okay.
He hadn't intended to use garlic, but as he's looking over his fish and he's thinking, it's like, I want to make something that is going to be regal, traditional.
Of course.
Something that would have been served to me after my conquest of this land.
Nice. Okay.
So he's going to, using Mage Hand, and basically like, using animate objects.
Oh, nice.
He's going to bring his cooking utensils to life to do the chopping and the mincing of the garlic, because he wants to be as far away from it as possible.
I see. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
He's also going to, now that he has his fish filleted, he's going to get the butter ready in the pan. He's going to get ready to prep them in egg and then prep them in flour and then put them in the pan.
Okay, I would say animate objects is going to be directly based on Strahd's skill himself. So it's going to only be able to chop things at his ability.
Okay.
So that is a performance check on behalf of that.
All right. Could I make the play for Arcana? Because it's a spell. Mostly because he has a plus 15 to Arcana. Whereas performance, I believe he only has.
He still has a high boy on.
Yeah, that's very true.
This is trying to do a performative task.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is going to be plus 4.
Plus 4? Okay. Oof.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, so the animate objects cutting the garlic up. There's a couple pieces in there that are like, they're chonky.
Strahd looks at his animated object and he's like, feeble servant.
He's not keeping complete concentration on it. You think if he had full concentration on it, it would have chopped it properly?
Must I do everything myself?
Probably. And you can roll me another performance check to see how his breading and buttering, etc. goes.
This he will do himself. He will roll up his sleeves.
Good.
He will wash his hands.
Good.
And he will get in there.
Good.
With that. He will crack the eggs. He will whisk them. He will make this egg wash ready to go. Or not an egg wash, but like egg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's off the thing.
Ooh!
No! That's a natural 1.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, baby.
Strahd's like, oh, I've got this. And then he touches the fish and he puts it in the egg. It's like, oh, it's icky.
I would say, it begins.
Oh, Strahd, no.
I would say take me through the steps again of what exactly he wants to do so I can figure out where exactly this goes wrong.
He's filleted the fish.
Yes.
He wants to get the egg ready so he can take the fillets, put them in the egg, and then dredge them in flour.
I would say he did not whisk his eggs enough. There is thick strands of clear mucusy stuff still in it, and it's clinging to the fish, and it's making like little bubble pockets. The flour's not sticking properly.
The flour's like clumpy around it.
He didn't sift that shit. Like
this stuff, because like I'm decent at cooking. Like this is me, Kyle, the player speaking.
Yeah.
So like playing 3 guys that aren't, but are clearly like educated and trying it's tough.
I know. So all of his stuff is just not happening. Like, the more he tries to move it around, the more it just slips the fuck off these fillets. It's not working.
Okay, we're putting that dice over here, and we're using the black die.
We're using the black die dice?
From now
okay.
on.
What's Radin up to?
Oh.
He gets 2 cooking tasks to do.
Okay. Radin's going to get... First thing he's going to do is he's going to get the wolf ready to go.
Okay.
Because Radin's been around Priyana as she has cooked a lot. So he's actually doing his best to remember the things that she's done.
Sweet boy.
And one thing that Priyana has said a lot of times is because of how much wolf she's had to cook in Barovia.
That's too much.
Wolf's gamey and wolf's tough. It needs to go through some process first. So he's going to... he's essentially going to use his strength. He's going to crush some of the apples. Okay. And he is going to add wine and honey and salt and pepper. And he's going to chop or slice the wolf into strips, sort of as fine as he can, and then put it into essentially this sort of marinade that he is making to essentially tenderize it.
Boy!
He remembers. That's one of the few things that he remembers about Priyana cooking.
Okay.
So that's going to be one roll, I guess.
That's going to be a performance check.
Radin gets... I believe he gets +4 to this as well. Okay. None of these boys are trained in performance, unfortunately. That is a 22.
That is a 22. You think, after tasting the marinade that you're putting it in, it is properly balanced. It's not too sweet.
Yeah. He tastes things like, this would be easier with vinegar.
It would be.
We don't have it, but hopefully the tartness of the apple's juice will be enough.
Okay. If nothing else, you think that the outer layer of this meat will take on this flavor.
Hey!
What is the second thing he wants to do?
Second thing he's going to do is make a dough.
Oh, shit.
He has warmed the water. So it is now warm water. Not boiling, but warm.
Warm, okay.
And he is going to combine that with flour, salt, and pepper and work into a very simple dough. Okay. He might also add a bit of the potato yeast, but not much. Just a little bit. Okay. Because his plan is to make a fried garlic manriclo that is topped with a sort of wolf meat sort of sauce or gravy.
Do you want to tell the people what manriclo is?
So manriclo is a rustic sort of fried bread, so almost sort of like a naan or like a what's the word I'm looking for? sort of like a thick like pan bread that you would do in a cast iron skillet. It is in the world of 5 Courses of Strahd, it is a very traditional Vistani dish.
In real world, it's a Romani dish.
Ah.
Yeah. But this is a dish that Priyana has made for the Vistani so many times, being half Vistani herself. So, like, my heart.
Radin remember.
My heart. Oh, he's sucking up hard to the judge, isn't he?
Radin is not skilled in cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an elf. He remembers things very well.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to win.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll this with disadvantage. Because he did not get the ingredients correct for a memory glow. But it might still pull through.
Okay. Oh, no!
Oh, that's a bad number.
So I rolled an 18, but I also rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
Again, this white die is...
That white die is no good. So the natural 1 is what you're unfortunately going to have to go with here.
Oh, jeez.
As he's forming this dough, it's very grainy. It's not forming. Like, with more water poured into it, it starts to make like a goo ball that you think if you fried it, it would be... like a powdery almost consistency. Like you think it's going to be chalky, crackery, not what you're looking for. There is something missing from this, a vital ingredient that has been missing from this, and it has completely ruined this entire thing.
Oh. Was it butter?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. That's not okay. Let's see. Where's Sergey up to?
Sergey is beside himself for a moment because milk was very key to this recipe.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
Sergey was like, I was going to make a roasted garlic soup.
You're going to make soup? I'm sorry. You can still make soup, just not that soup.
Oh. He looks over. He's like, what do I do now? This is the thing. I know what I would do. Because, like, I've seen your character do it enough times, but like Sergey wouldn't have this knowledge. So
yeah, Priyana knowledge is out the window for this boy, unfortunately.
Because that's the thing, I don't know that he would know how to use this wyvern meat. He's going to, but he's not going to do it well because
I don't know if you'd know how to use this wyvern meat. Because there is this particular real life animal that it represents that I know for a fact you've never cooked with.
No, but I've heard you talk about it.
You've heard me talk about it. That's out of character knowledge, Kyle. You can't use that.
All right. So in that case, he's still got that garlic roasting. He's still going to use that. Okay. He's going to go with his instincts, and he is going to use the flour that he has and use the yeast and the butter and the water and things. He's going to try and make a bread.
Okay. So, in what order is he combining these? So I know. Or is it all in kind of situation?
No, he's going to start with flour.
Start with flour?
He's going to then use butter. Then the yeast.
Okay.
Then he is going to add the potato yeast and everything. As I'm thinking, because now I'm trying to get him to do it good. He's going to add the water last.
Okay.
So I guess also eggs in there as well.
Also eggs.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be a flat loaf, or is this supposed to be like a risen bread loaf?
It's supposed to be something that's going to rise. So I added the yeast.
Okay. I would roll a performance check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Due to the fact that you did not approve the yeast before it began.
No, he did not.
Nope.
Because I don't think he would know how to do that.
It's okay. Right. So 15 and... Ooh.
Oh, no.
God, they all got ones? Did they all get ones in the first round?
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Ladies and gentlemen, that is another natural one.
Oh, no.
Arella, I think this might be over before it begins.
Oh, no. These poor boys. This is what she expected, though. She's not... The look on Priyana's face, no surprise.
Yeah.
No.
So he begins making this dough, and he's like vigorously using... He's using the whisk, because now he knows what a whisk does.
Well, the butter's going to get crammed in the whisk with just flour.
Yeah.
The yeast is going to hit and get stuck to the butter and not be able to proof. When the water goes in, he's going to have a clumped, solidified whisk in the center with a bunch of sloshing water and a lot of flour stuck to the bowl. That's exactly what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
It is not a dough.
She looks at this and is like, nailed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, no, this is very bad.
Oh, no. He gets another thing. You can retry it.
He's gonna have to. That's the thing. Like after it's failed, he's gonna be like, think back to your training in school.
What did Mom tell you?
Yeah. Oh no, it wouldn't have been Mom. It would have been the church.
Oh shit! What did the church tell you about bread?
They break it. He's gonna have to go through. Okay, no, gotta proof the yeast. Got that with the water first. Okay, then the other things. Okay, eggs are last. That's what's going in. So he's basically going step by step of, okay, no, I need to do the yeast first.
Okay.
Then need to be able to mix that with the flour. Mm-hmm. Then the butter. Finally, the eggs are last. You do the dry ingredients first, then the wet ingredients last.
Roll me it flat. That's 10.
For performance, he also gets, so it's a total of 15.
15? Okay. The dough is a little clumpy because the flour was not sifted first. But it's a dough. A lumpy dough, but it's a dough. And he manages to pull it off.
Okay.
Okay. With that interesting chaos out of the way, nothing's on fire yet, so we're doing good. Priyana steps out front of them again. And in that same voice says, "The Ember Temple has transformed in the past few years, with a lot of dedication and hard work from Outlanders and locals alike. Tufeldor, the town that now resides in it, boasts of many amazing things, but especially its multi-level market. Full of street vendors selling wares and goods from many unique lands across Ravenloft as a whole, but lands far beyond. It's especially, however, known for its food. Quick, convenient, and portable for visitors out shopping. By accepting the sabotage, you will force one of your opponents to make their own version of these street foods." And she holds up a long, thin stick. It says, "They must serve their dish on a skewer. No bowls, no plates. And it must be able to be eaten from the stick and nothing more." And she holds out a hand. They can pass on this and wait for a future one, or they can take this one right now.
Oh, boy. Okay. Radin will step to the side and very quickly move to give his pendant to Priyana.
Okay.
Sergei he's kneading this dough. He's getting ready and he looks up and he's like, no, I was gonna... And then Radin gets to you. It's like, Priyana. Mm-hmm. He hands you the pendant. She
tucks it probably into the bust of her dress. Says,
"Whoop."
Mm-hmm. Who gets this?
He takes it and he moves over and he looks over to Strahd, and then Strahd gives him a look. And Ryan
Don't let him bully you.
No, that's not the kind of look that he gives. Strahd gives like the sad puppy dog.
No!
I was just like, Radin, no.
Did I give all of these? Are they mean brothers? Are they mean big brothers?
You see Radin's let out the heaviest sigh.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
And he turns over and he's like, to Sergei.
Interesting. Well, go ahead and take it to him then. Sergei, my darling.
What's going on? Yeah? Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's not cool.
You guys are jerks.
Yeah, and he puts over the skewers and he's like, okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's yeah, I can make this work.
Okay.
I can make this work, yeah.
On the plus side, your brothers can't screw with you anymore because they've already wasted theirs.
Yeah, you guys, you laugh it up. You'll see. I'm going to have the best recipe, probably, maybe. I have divine inspiration.
Exactly.
He now looks a little worried.
Aw, sweet boy. Sweet boy.
Strahd tries not to have a devilish grin.
Oh, I said they're such jerks. The disapproving look Priyana gives them both.
Radin, even through his implacable face and like his expression, you can tell he's like, I'm feeling a little guilty about this.
Yeah, you should. Be mean boys.
Strahd, however, does not feel this guilt.
Strahd doesn't know what the feeling of guilt is.
No. No, he does not. He is always correct.
He go worry about that soon, though. Okay, so each of them gets another 2 tasks that they can do.
Okay. Strahd has tried to do his best with this breaded fish. Mm-hmm. He will then begin to prepare the mushrooms and onions. He's got his garlic crushed and or chopped up. It's kind of uneven, but he's done his best. He's going to cook the mushrooms and onions with the spices. He has mostly just the salt and pepper, as he's like getting them cooked in the pan, making sure that they're like thoroughly cooked, so that he can add a sauce, like basically infuse them with a sauce and then add the fish last.
Okay.
So, mushrooms, onions, chopped up nice and everything. The mushrooms are like button mushrooms, so they're just straight up intact.
Okay.
Wait. He's refined enough to peel the mushrooms.
Good.
He knows that enough. He removes the bottom stem.
Okay.
So it is now just the peeled mushroom head.
Okay, good. Roll me a performance check to see how that goes.
That's going to be 13.
It's not precise. Some of the peels aren't completely like intact. You know, like they don't completely come off. There's like shreds.
Yeah.
Still on them. Some of the stalks are like little stubbies still there. Like it's not precise, but it's good enough that he can pass. It's fine. He's done a good enough job. What would his second thing be?
Second thing is going to be, let's see. He's got the garlic ready to go. He's basically gonna start preparing the sauce that the fish is gonna be like seared in. Okay. Or not seared in, but like fried in.
Okay.
So he's gonna add the garlic and he's gonna mix that in with the vegetables, and he's basically gonna like add or get more butter in there, and he might add like a few little splashes of wine to that as well.
Okay.
As he's sort of getting the sauce base ready.
All right, performance check on that one.
And he's doing this with like the emerald, like bam.
Of course he is.
It's very showy. His cooking is very showy. It's not good cooking, but it looks great.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 16.
16, not bad, not bad. A little wine splashes out, not too much, but otherwise perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, the crowd was like, oh. It's like it sort of flames up a little bit, and he's like, yes, crowd.
I meant to do that. It's fine.
Fine dining.
Oh my god. What is Radin up to?
So, Radin's Manry Clodo is...
Fucked.
Completely fucked?
It was a natural one fucked.
Okay. He throws it out.
Okay. You can try again? Or try something different?
He's going to try something different.
Okay.
He's got the wolf basically ready to go. He's going to get a very quick pot of water. Big pot of water going. Okay. And then he is very quickly setting to peeling potatoes. Radin is probably the most skilled dagger and knife user in the land.
I would say that's a dexterity check.
Okay. So he is going to...
All right, sleight of hand. If you want to make a sleight of hand, you can make it that.
Okay. He's trained in sleight of hand.
There you go.
So he's going to get that going. He's going to peel and dice potatoes as quickly and efficiently as he can. That is going to be a 24.
Holy shit.
He gets a plus 12.
Jesus. The crowd is awed, and you see the corner of Priyana's lips suddenly cork up. Like, the little smirk of pride is there, of this, like, there he is.
I can't make this dough thing. I'm going to have to do something else. What is going to integrate with garlic well? And then he just gets going with potatoes.
She's very proud of him. Great job. That is a rousing success. What is the second thing he wants to do after that?
At this point, can we say the potatoes are boiled? Or is boiling potatoes going
Boiling
to be...
is not a sleight of hand check.
No.
That's cooking task. So if he needs these to be perfectly boiled, does he want them to be still slightly firm or like completely cooked through?
Completely cooked through because he's going to mash them.
I see. That would be a performance check.
Okay.
Because if you overcook potatoes, that's a fucking disaster.
Yeah, no, he needs perfectly cooked potatoes because he is going to make garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh, shit.
With a wolf gravy over them.
Nice.
Oh, that's going to be 13.
13? Okay. Some of them are a little undercooked.
Yeah, that sounds about
so
right
they're
for Radvin.
lumpy potatoes.
Well, yeah.
But they're not overcooked and they're not burned. So take what you can get, you know?
Okay.
It's pretty good. What is Sergey up to? This sweet angel boy.
Sergey's looking at these skewers and he's looking at these other ingredients that he doesn't quite know what to do with. It's like, I should cook that meat and use it in something, but I don't know. Wait. And he looks at the tomatoes and he's like, oh, yeah, we used to have tomatoes. Mm-hmm. He looks at the tomatoes, looks at the spices that he has, the remaining spices that he has, because he doesn't have thyme or basil anymore, which is a shame. His dough is good. Mm-hmm. He's going to form his dough into balls. And he's going to bake them.
Ooh.
Now that he's had the things, he's going to... He's going to start... The garlic is roasting. Mm-hmm. So he's going to swap out the roasted garlic, because it's been roasting this entire time. Right. He's going to swap that out for the these balls, and he's going to pop those into the oven to bake them.
Okay.
Now the garlic is out. The other because baking the garlic with the bread balls is going to be one thing. Mm-hmm. The other thing he's going to do, he's going to begin to cook and sort of mash down the tomatoes to make the base of a sauce.
Interesting. Oh yeah, so I need a performance check on timing the cooking of these bread balls correctly.
Okay. That's not very good. That's a 3, but it's plus performance, so that's going to be a total of 8.
8? Okay. They come out a little overcooked.
Yeah.
They're really, really brown on the top. Like, really brown. Mm-hmm. But you're guaranteed that they're cooked all the way through, but, like, the bottom is especially brown.
Oh, he looks it up. It's like, oh, no. And he kind of, like, tries to scrape off the black.
It's not black. It's just very, very dark. It's going to change the flavor.
Okay.
For your tomatoes, you can roll me another performance check to make sure they get mashed down real good and can start cooking.
No.
Oh, no.
That's another 3.
Jeez.
So another 8.
Another 8. Okay. How fine does he need these tomatoes?
He wants to make, like, something that's going to have the like, with a bunch of other ingredients, plus the garlic, is going to have the consistency of, like, a dippable sauce.
A dippable sauce, okay. There's definitely, like, chunks. Like, big boy chunks. Like, if you tried to dip something in it, it's going to, like, be a disaster area, because there's, like, good 2-inch long strands. Like,
he does a bad job.
Maybe cutting them up really small and fine, like, really fine first would have helped him out more.
And he didn't do that. He
tried to go in whole ham, and it just did not work for him. So, you know, he does his best.
He's frustrated. He's banging it. It's like, I am supposed to be blessed by the Lord. I have divine inspiration.
Oh, no, sweet boy. Okay, so Priyana steps out in front of the crowd again at this point. Sergey's the only one left who hasn't bought anything with his token. Long ago, when these lands were invaded by the Turks, our leader, Strahd, and she motions to him, led his armies to retake Barovia and settle it and allow it to become what it is today. They were clearly outnumbered, but they still prevailed, a lesson in tenacity that no Barovian should ever forget. Much like in those times, you can purchase this sabotage, Sergei, and force one of these two brothers of yours to cook all their food in the way that the soldiers of Strahd's armies did on the battlefield. They will have to not only build and light a fire, but it will be their only source of heat for the rest of the contest.
Oh, man.
Now you can pass on this and wait for the other two sabotages in case one's better. Or you can take this one now.
I'm going to roll for it. I'm going to see, because Sergei is a very sweet boy. Is he going to take this?
That's a natural 20.
What that means? He absolutely doesn't.
Oh, he absolutely doesn't?
No, this is like,
he's
how strong-willed is he?
Oh, he's a holy boy?
How, like, good is he? That's his maximum good. He is the sweetest man.
The sweet boy?
Yeah.
Aww.
He's not always the sweet boy, but in this instance, he's like, no, I can make this work.
So you're not going to do what your brothers did to you right off the bat? What a good boy you are.
Does the crowd appreciate that?
Oh, yeah. They think that's funny. They think that's great. There's a couple of, aw, because he doesn't. Mm-hmm. And he just keeps cooking. Priyana kind of claps her hands once. Just like, interesting. Well, and she turns to the crowd. She says, obviously he's not going to go for this. However, I really don't want something like this to go to waste. So I leave it up to you. If there is someone in the crowd who would like to step forward and claim this for themselves and deliver this sabotage to the countertop of the person of their choice, feel free. But you have to do it yourself. And it's in this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have some audience participation. If one of you would like to take hold of this sabotage and give it to one of these boys, please let me know who it is, who wants it, and who you're giving it to. Otherwise, it sits off to the side. Because why not?
Oh, man.
Because why not? So I'm going to say 20 seconds for someone to claim this. You can claim it as one of your characters. You could claim it as just some vague, anon person. Do what you want. But, we have a taker.
Oh. There's a moment like Strahd and Radin are both kind of confident as Sergei has passed on this, and suddenly you say that, and now they're like, no.
Give it to Sergei! What's so mean?
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay. There's this one of the townspeople. You're fairly certain, and a non-person, you're fairly certain this person's probably from, like, Krezk. Mm-hmm. They're super religious town that's, like, hates all the Zarovichs forever or something. Someone in a cloak.
Oh, dear. A cloaked figure.
A cloaked figure. Someone in a cloak. It's okay. Comes up, takes this box of fire building. Oh, you meant Strahd? Okay, I'll accept that. Because I haven't put it down. Haven't put it down on the table yet. Okay, it's fine. You're good. Crate gets picked up, and this cloaked figure marches forward, confidently, and with a thud, drops... Hold on, I have it written down on the second page here. Ignore me as I slowly go through this.
It's all good.
A crate of chopped wood, shaved bark, a flint rock, and a steel dagger. And they walk away.
Strahd smiles to this townsperson. Thank you for this opportunity. There you go. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. He's trying very hard to be civil. Like,
there's no response. They just fade back into the crowd.
Okay. He raises his hand. Mm-hmm. He looks over to Pra. Since this challenge is based after me in wartime, I can act as myself in wartime and how I would have done this.
You would know best how to do this, wouldn't you? You could show off to this entire people. How did you, in those glorious days, give nourishment to your soldiers in their time of need?
Very well. He begins to set up the fire. He gets the logs all sorted out. But you notice the flint and steel, like the fire starter and everything, has not left the crate.
Uh-oh.
He also seems to set this thing a fair distance away from the crowd.
Okay. This will be one of his turns. If he was using... actually, no. He has to build the base of the fire first.
Okay.
That is a survival check.
All right. He is not trained in survival.
No, he is not, because he had people to do this for him.
Exactly. He was Arella, he was a general.
Brianna's aware he was a general. That's the whole reason that's funny.
Survival's an intelligence skill?
Oh, God.
Oh, no, our D&D is being tested. I should know this.
I don't use survival.
I'm pretty sure it's intelligence.
Might be. Yeah, maybe. They'll yell at me if it's not.
No. All right. In which case, he has a +5.
Bullshit. It's wisdom, huh?
Oh no!
It's wisdom.
Wisdom,
huh?
his worst stat.
Thank you for saving me on that one. Thank you.
Okay, if it's wisdom, he only gets a +2.
Ha.
So that's a 14.
Well, you needed a 10 to build the fire, so you're good.
All right.
So he's not using the flint and steel.
No. For a second, he will cast Fireball.
Oh my.
He will catch the very edge of it, aiming it above the fire, so that the very end of it catches the woods in order to set it ablaze without utterly destroying it.
How the hell is he going to do this when they're in a public space surrounded by buildings?
Carefully.
Carefully?
He's the land.
They're in
he's the ancient. He is the best wizard. Sorry, second best wizard in all of Barovia.
Also, thanks for joining us today. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to set the scene for you here.
Okay.
Are you committing to this before I go forward?
Oh. No, I need to roll to see if Strahd is actually going to do this, because he's not dumb.
Okay, yeah. Double check.
Okay, so if it's high, he's going to go for it. If it is low, he's not.
Okay. That's low.
Okay. He is about to do this and then thinks better of it.
Yeah, because the Blood and the Vine Tavern is behind you. You have a semicircle of crowd around you on the other side.
He sees this, he sees the amount of crowd, and he motions for them to move, and they don't.
They don't.
So he's like, oh, very well. And then he begrudgingly goes and gets the flint and steel.
Survival check.
This can't be hard. It may have been over 1,000 years, but I still know how to set a fire without magic.
Yeah, you're fine.
That's an 11.
You know in all those TV shows when people are trying to light that fire, they can't freaking do it. You spend one of his entire cooking turns not being able to light a fire.
Oh no.
He will have to use another turn to try again.
Okay. The panic is beginning to set in.
Try again.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
First of the game. Where were you when we were starting? Goodness. Okay. Cool.
So that flint and steel kind of thing you've got set up, just take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breather. Center, focus.
Come
Imagine.
on, Strahd. Think back to the war.
Think back to the war. Go back to that place in your head. And imagine someone else, perhaps a woman, who was alongside him, taking it from him and going, no, honey, I'll do it. And he can mimic that action, and in one spark, it ignites.
So, Arella, are you referencing
Yes.
a moment in the game where Priyana and Radin went back in time to visit Strahd when he was alongside his fighting companions in the woods of Barovia, retaking Vallaki from the Turgs, which is a session that actually happened in the holiday special.
When you decide
back in time,
when you decided time travel was now a thing that I had to contend with, yes, I'm actually doing that.
I see.
It's not Priyana's face. That's a little blurry. But someone, a woman, helped him and taught him how to do it.
I see. Time traveling Priyana taught Strahd how to make a campfire.
I did. That's what a natural 20 says.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Well, you have a fire now.
Yeah.
You can't use your stove or your oven anymore.
Thankfully, this is a dish that can be cooked over an open fire, like he intended.
Ah, okay. Well, good.
Or at least that's what he's telling
That's what he's going to say. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm on top of the world. Look at my brothers. Are they as adaptable as I know?
What's Radin up to?
Radin. So he's made his potatoes. Mm-hmm. He has his garlic, which he's going to add to these potatoes.
Okay. I won't make you roll for that. That's simple.
So he's getting the garlic integrated into that, so he has like a really nice garlic potatoes. I mean, as nice as these lumpy mashed potatoes are going to be. The next thing he's going to do, he's had that wolf marinating this entire time.
Okay.
He's going to start cooking it.
Okay, that is a performance check for sure.
Yeah, he's going to start cooking this up in a pan so he can make sort of like pan cooked. So basically he can create a gravy from it.
Okay. Roll me a performance check, please. Oof.
That's a 7.
That's a 7? Okay. This hits the pan. He had that flame too hot.
Oh yeah, pan's too hot.
Pan's way too hot. So like the bottom of it cooks super fast and gets a little blackened in small parts. Yeah. Not enough to have the whole thing blackened, but like little pieces that when he starts to pull it away, it sticks to the pan.
Yeah, it sizzles as it hits the pan. It's like, yes, this is cooking excellently. Wait, why is it sticking to the pan? No. Damn you, I've murdered thousands. Why are you acting this way?
Damn you, I've murdered thousands. Oh no. That's fine. What's his second thing he wants to do?
Well, I mean, so now that the wolf is cooked, but it's like blackened and thing, he's going to try and salvage it. He's going to start adding the butter and the milk and the flour to sort of integrate this into a richer sauce. Okay. That can be poured over a mashed potato.
Roll me a natural 20. You can't intimidate the pan. Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's not a 3. It is indeed a 4, which makes it a 8.
It's an 8? Okay. I would say the order in which he added those ingredients was incorrect. If he had started with the butter or the milk, it would have been fine.
But he added the flour
the flour first.
Yes. Flour first, as the dry ingredient should be used first. Oh, God, no.
And what happens is as soon as the butter and the milk are added in, the fat, what little fat there is, and the marinade has incorporated into that flour and made it little flour balls.
Yeah, it's just a pan full of cut up dog meat and balls.
Yeah, little flour balls. It's no good.
Oh my God.
It's not unsalvageable. It's not complete trash, but it's definitely not what he intended. What about poor, innocent, sweet, perfect little Sergei? What is he up to?
Well, Sergei's been baking his bread balls. Mm-hmm. Just him, we're done now?
Yes.
Okay, they're a little brown. He's got to salvage this sauce. Because he wants it to be like, fine enough to be dippable. Because his intention is that these balls are big enough to be skewered. So there's like 3 on a skewer.
Yeah.
He's got this roasted garlic that he's going to add to this sauce. And he's going to take some of the roasted garlic and do a wash over these skewered bread balls. Put them in the oven for just a little bit. He's going to make garlic bread balls.
You're making garlic bread, my boy? Hold on.
He's going to have... He's going to do his best to approximate a marinara. to dip it in.
Interesting. Give me a quick second. I have to empty out my D&D box so that Delilah can sit in it and not be a bad girl.
We have a cat who has joined us here.
The cat has officially joined us.
You gonna play too?
Lala, hello. Did you have good food? We're destroying food over here. Come here. Get in that box. There you go. What a good girl sitting in that box. What a good little box girl.
Oh, she's so cute.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's Sergei's plan.
Sergei's plan? Okay, roll me a performance check for that.
I'm taking a picture of the cat. I love D&D and I love playing with you all, but the taking pictures of cute cats is
Cats is important.
All right, so
everyone says hi, Delilah.
Sergei's gonna roll for this.
Yeah, roll for this, boy.
Okay, and this is rolling for the sauce.
This is okay. You have two things to do. I'd say this is sauce.
Okay, sauce comes first because if that's not good, doing the garlic, like getting the garlic thing ready for putting the bread balls, isn't gonna matter.
Okay. Hey.
That is an 18.
That is an 18. I would say.
Sorry, 19.
19. Okay. I would say, while it's not like the perfect consistency, it's pretty good. He manages to pull it off and pull it together. It's the chunkiness actually helps add to the thickness of the marinara as it cooks down.
Okay, and he's added like the salt and the pepper that he has. He doesn't have thyme or basil, which might have made that a little better.
It's definitely a tomato sauce.
It's going to work well with the roasted garlic, which is going to come out of those bulbs like a paste. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. That's what he knows from the church. You just shove garlic in the big wood-burning oven, and it roasts up until it's like spreadable.
Cool. Okay, and then the other is he wants to put the garlic on the bread itself.
He's going to take some of the garlic.
Okay.
He's going to put it in the sauce.
Okay.
To mix with the tomato. Mm-hmm. The rest of it he's going to mix in with a little bit of butter and make a spreadable sauce that just go right over top of these skewered bread balls.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
Okay. I'm surprised he came up with such a clever idea.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, I want to make a bread or a soup with the bread. And then the soup fell through. He's like, okay, I'll just make a garlic bread. That's simple. And then that fell through. He's like, I'll make balls. And, well, I have to use these tomatoes and maybe the wyvern meat. He could probably do the wyvern meat and the pineapple to, like, help break it down. But he wouldn't think of that.
Okay.
So... Oh, that's a 11.
Okay. These are already pretty brown. Putting butter on top of browned, deeply browned bread and putting it back in will cook it further. So these come out borderline burnt.
Oof.
Borderline. Not completely, but it definitely has that taste of overcooked bread, like, immediately.
Yeah, he pulls them out. It's like, no. Oh, man.
Okay, so Priyana will address the crowd and Sergei once more to see if she can tempt him into the ways of darkness. There isn't a family home within Barovia that doesn't have a toy made by our beloved Blinksy tucked away in it.
Yes. He's in the background. He cheers.
From plush bats that all of the children eagerly collect to intricate recreations of people, location, and events that leave us all in awe. The phrase, is no fun, is no Blinksy, is inscribed on something beloved for just about all of us.
I make a Sergei doll while I was watching this.
All of our, by purchasing this sabotage, you will spread the joy of childhood to one of your competitors. All of their cookware and utensils will be immediately replaced by these. And she holds up a tiny metal frying pan, obviously sized for a 5-year-old at the oldest. Miniature children's tools. Pots, pans, spoons, knives, all of it. It's up to you to take it. And she holds out her hand.
Sergei doesn't take it.
He doesn't take it. Okay. That means she turns to the crowd. If there is a certain someone lurking in the crowd who would like to deliver this to the table of one of our 3 contestants, please make yourself known now as she starts counting down to see. There you go. Okay, we already have a taker. Alrighty then, this is a small box. has the "is no fun, is no blinksy" along the side of it.
I make these tools custom.
Exactly. Nice custom rushed order. It was great.
It was perfect. I put out a photo set on Instagram of Piccolo using them. It was adorable. He only bit me twice.
Okay.
You're a good monkey, Piccolo. You like to do the cooking, don't you?
Whoever it is who wants to take this, I need to know which table this is getting dropped on. And if it's an anonymous person or an actual NPC, it's going to Strahd. The people have turned on him.
Strahd has built his fire, and he looks over at this other townsperson coming up. It's like, oh, I will mount your head on a pike.
You will do no such thing.
Did I say any? No, of course. I'm happy to receive.
Short buff woman.
Ooh.
Short buff woman. You are mouthing off to this woman right now?
Strahd swallows his pride for a moment and takes this very small box. It's like, thank you.
Covered in scars.
You are a credit to your village. And he takes these tiny tools.
You get... Okay, these are all the things that are getting replaced with tiny little versions. Now, because it's Blinksy, we have 5 sabotages in total, by the way. There's 1 left after this one. All of these are... Because it's Blinksy, they're all completely workable. Mm-hmm. But they're all very small. There is a frying pan, a sauté pan, a soup pot, a saucepan, the spatula, spoon, ladle, and a knife set. By using these tools, you will get disadvantage on all ongoing performance checks.
Oh my god.
If Sergey doesn't take the last one, Peaches can have it.
I'm looking through Strahd's spell list. Strahd, do you have reduce? Can you shrink yourself? Tell me you can shrink yourself, my dude. Tell me you can solve this with magic. Oh, he might be able to solve this with magic.
You might be able to solve this with magic?
Is he that brazen? Is he essentially going to cheat with magic though?
It's Strahd, he might.
Oh, okay.
That's up to you.
How small oh. No, okay, yeah. He has the ultimate solution. That came out wrong.
Don't say that.
He has a very good fix.
There you go.
For this.
That was a bad thing to put with Strahd, don't say that.
He's better now. He's not that awful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
We'll see after this magic spell. How many people are on fire?
No, he's going to... Is it his turn?
Yeah.
Okay. He says... He looks over and he prepares these things. He's going to do 3 things. Mm-hmm. First, he sees the size of it. He's going to cut his prepared fish fillets and all of his vegetables much smaller.
Good.
Into like bite size that will fit in this pan.
Okay.
So he's basically going to end up with a lot of like a dish of hors d'oeuvres of his recipe.
That's fair.
He's going to do that. Was that going to take a roll?
Yes.
Okay. That will have to be a disadvantage because he's going to do so like with his large vampire human hands.
Yes.
So he's going to try and chop this up.
Oh no, that's a natural one. That's a natural one.
I used the bad dice. The dice that is cursed.
Oh no. So this is an incredibly small knife.
Yeah.
Like this is this like
it's like the size of his thumb.
Yeah, it's real bad. Sorry, there's a cat who like wants all of my love and attention right now. Come here, cat. Come here. Get in the box. In the box.
Into the box with
Into the box, Delilah. Okay. So he goes to cut the first time, and he's like holding it by its handle, like a little daintily. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of rolls. The knife just kind of rolls in his fingers. And it kind of really slices into that fish, like sideways. The next one butchers the fish. Next one butchers the fish. Every time he tries to use this tiny knife to cut his pieces of fish, it completely decimates this fish, and you are left with shards of fish rather than nice little clean pieces.
Jeez. He sighs. He's like, oh, very well. And he sort of discards the bits that aren't going to work, and he takes the few pieces that are still like...
Oh, you don't got that.
Oh.
You natural one on that.
Oh, so is none of the fish usable?
It's usable, but not in the way he intended. He can overcome it if he wants, but it's not going to be the nice little fillets that he wanted it to be.
No. Okay, well, as long as they're small.
They're small,
they
but
they can be brutalized, and they're not going to be as good quality, but as long as they'll fit in a pan,
they'll fit in a pan.
He's just going to power through it.
Some of them are this big, and some of them are this big, and you know.
He's going to take the ones that are sized well for the pan and use those.
Okay.
And any others that aren't, he tosses.
Okay.
Then he looks over at Blinksy.
Uh-oh.
Beloved toy maker, thank you for this. And then he looks over to Piccolo on Blinksy's shoulder and says, and he sees those very clever looking grasping hands. And seeing Piccolo stand by Beetle. And it's like, I see. Sized for a monkey. And he will cast Polymorph upon himself.
Oh my god!
As he turns himself into a monkey.
Are you fucking serious?
The perfect size to use these tools over the fire that he has built.
Brianna just turns from this and just covers her mouth with her hand and just kind of,
Yeah, his fur is jet black, but with like a streak of gray along where his hair would be, and over his eyes.
Oh, I love him to pieces.
His red eyes. He looks like the most evil monkey.
He's demon monkey.
Demon monkey.
Oh no.
And very adorably, he goes about cooking.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Well, good. What's Radin up to other than being horrified by a monkey? Delilah, are you climbing the Christmas tree like a bad girl? No? Okay, good.
Radin sees this. It's like, all right.
All right then.
Not the weirdest thing I've seen him turn into.
Good Christ.
Radin has cooked his wolf meat. Mm-hmm. Now he is going to sort of collect the gravy as much as he can. He's essentially done.
Oh, wow.
He's gotten to the point where, he's cooked his meat in his sauce. He's made the sauce a little better. No, that's not true. He's not done, because he's going to have to repair his sauce, because it's bad. He's going to have to incorporate more liquid into this in order to get those flour balls to break apart. Mm-hmm. Still has milk. And does he add a bit of water, or does he add milk?
You're up to you.
Radin, what are you thinking? Okay. He's not going to chance the milk curdling and everything. He's going to take a bit of water.
Would you rather roll an intelligence check to try and remember what Priyana told him during a recipe similar to this?
He would actually do that.
All right, roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
What is up with your dice today?
You have to understand, Arella, this is actually about the same as it usually is. I'm terrible at rolling polyhedrons, which has served you and all of my players incredibly well over the years as I've been the Dungeon Master. As the player, I'm bad at D&D, Arella.
So what was he doing? Just staring at a rack the whole time she was trying to explain this to him? Or what was going on there?
I mean, probably a little bit.
Okay.
He flies get your head straight, Radin. Think back. What would Priyana do? Think back to when she was instructing you about this. All right. And he thinks back, and Priyana's just like, remember, Radin, when you're cooking this, if this ever happens to you, blah, 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 blah. And he's just staring at her. He's like,
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, you don't remember that. Water's the way to go. Completely.
I don't want to dilute it too much. It's going to have to be milk. Yes, that's the correct option. Clearly. No, wine would be the correct option. So he goes to add more wine, which is not the right thing to do.
No, it's the wrong thing to do completely, but that's what a natural one gets you.
Yeah. So he uses more of the Red Dragon Crush into this wolf sauce.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It basically just has wolf and wine.
It's just wolf. It's wolf wine. It's fine. Okay. What's Sergey up to?
Sergey.
Oh wait, I didn't give Radin a second thing to do, did I?
No.
All right, do that.
How is it like? Does he think it's good? Does it like? Is it like he'll taste it?
It's very clearly he has just put wolf in just really warm wine. That's like it's slightly creamy colored.
This does not a gravy make.
It's not a gravy. It is wine that is like the flour has made it like a pink color. It looks like the wolf bled out, and it's just like.
Okay, he's got to get this gravy right if he's going to do this. So he's going to make another intelligence check to see if he can remember that. Hey, water and then like supplement it with butter is the way to go. You need to make this sauce thicker. You're going to have to add more flour, and you're going to have to add butter.
Butters.
And it's all you're salvaging at this point because like it's already going to be too rich and too like alcohol based. The people are going to get a contact buzz off of this gravy.
Jesus.
10.
Okay. I would say he would know. I'm really thinking about it because he's watched Priyana save gravies before when things kind of went sour.
Come on, Radin, think.
Think, Radin. He'll know to add water. He'll know to add more flour to thicken it. But with a 10, you ain't going to remember the butter.
Okay. Like, brain blast. I've got it.
Don't say that with Radin's voice. Don't do that.
Okay, so he has this idea, and he does that. But he doesn't add the extra butter, so it's going to be thicker but not richer.
Yeah. The flavor's going to be slightly off.
Okay.
It's going to taste a lot like wine.
He's going to have his garlic mashed potatoes and his gravy. That's enough.
That's enough. Okay.
At that point, he's calling it a day.
Okay. What about the beautiful blonde in the corner?
So he's taking out his balls. His sauce is almost ready to go as well. Like he's tasting it. Is he think it's like, this is pretty? I think this is good. It's about the right consistency.
He has to also put these things on skewers, and they have to be served only using skewers.
His balls. When he put them back in the oven with the garlic over top, he skewered them. Okay. So they're arranged into neat skewers. So now he is going to, essentially, he's going to plate it now. Okay. So he's got his sauce basically ready to go. He's going to start. What are we talking about in terms of like flatware and dishes and like?
You get nothing other than a stick.
Oh, that's right. As this suddenly, like, he realizes this suddenly, and he's like, oh. Oh. How do I solve this?
Think on your feet, baby.
Oh, man, what's he going to do? He needs to integrate a sauce into...
If you want, because he has had such a really hard day, and I feel really bad for him, like, really bad. I could say that he could think back to his childhood. And I would roll a history check to try and remember what... There are a lot of people who raised him. There was his mother. Technically, Radin raised him a little bit. Yep. There are a lot of people in his life that raised him. Did any of them do something similar that he could refer to? Roll me a history check for that.
Okay. He uses that divine inspiration he had so much. All right. Sergey is trained in history.
There you go.
Unfortunately, his intelligence is bad because he's a very dumb boy.
He's a dumb boy, but... Jesus.
That's a total of 6.
Okay. I love these boys. I love he's very cute. He's the prettiest. He won the Peacock Day Festival.
Come on, Sergey. Think back to childhood.
Okay. You do get a memory. It's up to you if you go with it or not, but you do get a memory. Now, there were a lot of memories he could have gone with. There was a lot of things that could have popped up that would have really helped him out here. But the one he remembers is there was a festival he attended just outside of the castle where he grew up. And he witnessed some kind of, like, circular objects on a stick being straight up fucking dunked in something else. That'll probably work. Same concept. That'll probably work. Yeah. That's what he remembers.
Okay. Just like, they gotta be dunked with this sauce. But I can't have a container to dunk them in. What if I pre-dunk them? Sergey, it's genius. It's good thinking. Thank you, Sergey.
Oh,
All right.
thank you, Sergey.
He will now basically pour over his sauce onto his sadly now probably a little soggy bread balls.
Roll me a performance check to make sure that pops off.
Come on, Sergey. That's gonna be a 20.
It's gonna be a 20? Okay. Coats it perfectly.
Sergey just like glances up and is like, yeah.
Yeah. Great. It's wonderful. He does have an extra action. Since you're essentially done, I would say he can take the time to yell at somebody else who's still cooking. He could engage with the crowd a little bit. He could sit and pray if he wanted to.
He gonna go for that crowd.
You gonna go for the crowd?
He looks over. He's like, Radin, how's it going? He's hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, how you? Oh, you're a monkey. Oh, okay. Yeah, good luck with that. And then he looks to a crowd, and he's a very charismatic and very charming. He's a person of the people.
He is.
Or that's what he tells himself over and over. Bless the boy, he's not that bright.
No, he's not.
He's going to hype up the crowd.
Okay. This can be a persuasion check.
Yeah. He's trained in persuasion.
There you go.
He's not trained in a lot of other things. He's trained in religion and persuasion, and that's and history, and that's it. And both religion and religion and history, he's not good at. He gets no bonuses other than his training.
Okay.
So, persuasion, he's got good though. That is a 23.
23. Okay. Well, the crowd over here is already pretty free and hype. So, you do fantastically well. Going around with the charm, and those blonde locks of hair, and just the prettiest Zarovichs they ever did see. A giant smile on his face. It's easy to woo this crowd. They're just putty in his hands.
Oh my god, you can't be telling me this. Because with his lighter hair and everything, if he's going to ham it up, there is a very specific chef who he would emulate to ham it up with frosted tips.
Yes, with frosted. Oh god, Jesus fucking god damn it! Do not bring Guy Fieri into this conversation.
It's like, hey, it's gonna be dynamite.
Oh
you
my
know
god. I can't, Kyle. I can't do it. I can't Guy Fieri right now. I can't do it. I'm not against Guy Fieri. I just can't handle it right now. All right, well, she's going to let him do his little hype thing, but when he's quieted down a little bit, she's going, well, technically, 2 chefs are still cooking, and there is 1 sabotage left. Vallaki has established itself as the capital of our land, always bustling with activity, with regular festivals that delight Barovians from all around.
There's a few groans from the crowd when they hear that, but then there's a very loud chant of yes as Vargas Vlakovic is there with Lydia. He's like, yes, come to my town, my festivals are great.
The last dozen or so festivals have particularly left our people feeling enthused about our future. They have truly helped to push back the misery caused by the myths that surround us. By purchasing this last sabotage, you can force one of your opponents to stop what they're doing. Select a paper from this pouch at random, each with the name of a recent Vallaki festival written on it. The drawn result of will be the theme required for the plating of the dish.
Now that Sergey's hyped up the crowd, he looks to everyone. It's like, oh, the crowd, should I take it?
Oh God, you're biting from the crowd. Oh,
what do you think? Should I do it?
Sergey doesn't do what Peach just calls it.
The crowd seems enthused for him to do it. He says, no, I'm not gonna do it.
You sweet angel baby. You sweet boy. She'll pat his cheek and smile and says, you're the good boy. You're the good brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go stand at your station, love.
have a Sunny D.
Have a Capri Sun and go sit at your station.
Sun.
Here's your Lunchables. You did good. Here's your bag of Teddy Grahams. Dad will pick you up in an hour. So she'll turn instead to the crowd, but of course because... Oh no! Radin hasn't had any,
That's
so I
true.
guess she'll turn to the crowd, and because I already know Peaches is an adorable little kobold wearing the sweetest dress with a beautiful wig, that kobold gets to take this little sachet and rush right up to Radin's station and hold it up for Radin to pick out of, and I need you to roll a d6 for Radin.
6.
6. He pulls this slip of paper, and it's clearly written in Priyana's cursive handwriting, and it reads, Peacock Day.
Radin exhales. All right. Finally, I shall reclaim first place.
All right. Peacock Day is, of course, the festival of male virility, was it? And beauty. Mm-hmm. Where men from all over Barovia are submitted from their towns for a complete, ridiculous, over-the-top southern beauty pageant. It was my favorite festival, and I'm very happy he rolled that. I made it 6 because I figured the highest number should have it.
Yes. Strahd did not compete.
Strahd did not compete.
But he did act as a judge dressed up as Vasily von Holtz.
His alter ego, yeah.
Which is basically just Strahd wearing Groucho Marx glasses.
Jesus Christ. But yes, Radin came in second. And Sergei, nobody knew he was Sergei at the time, came in first. So technically all Zarovichs win all the time, always. But now the plating of Radin's dish will have to represent Peacock Day and the spirit and meaning behind the day in question.
Okay.
But it starts with Strahd. What is Strahd up to?
Strahd is a monkey, perfectly sized for this fire. The dishes and the tools and utensils and everything, perfectly sized for his little monkey hands. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he does not have disadvantage in using these.
I'll say with that now.
It's his final step. He's going to cook the fish in this his prepared veggies and sauce.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me a performance check, but you don't get disadvantage because you shrink down to a monkey size.
Come on, monkey hands. I can't roll over a 10, it seems.
It seems like it.
If he retains his bonuses and everything, that is going to be a 12.
12? Okay. The fish doesn't cook particularly evenly. Some sides are more cooked than others, but
it's like a bite of fish.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine.
Okay.
What is the second thing he wants to do? Is this a plating thing now?
Yeah, plating. He cooks the small portions of fish and the rest of those like chopped up vegetables that he's made smaller for this, and he's just going to plate them in little plates.
Okay. I'd say I've done a lot of performance checks, but I do think this would be a performance to
He's a
really
monkey.
lay it out.
Yeah. This guy, he like hangs himself up by his tail as he like daintily like goes over top of each plate to like perfectly put them down.
Oh my god!
As he like drizzles over the sauce and puts the vegetables arranged like just so.
Okay.
Which he can do with like, you know, not nudging it because he's overhead with his tiny monkey hands. That's gonna be a 15.
All right. Some of the pieces, they're not, like, evenly placed. Like, there's a couple that aren't, like, perfect. But
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. I just realized he cast the spell. Can he dispel it himself? Or
Yes.
is he stuck? Okay.
Yeah, you can end the spell yourself.
So he will plate it perfectly as a monkey and then emerge as a man vampire.
Okay.
Sorry, I was about to say as a man, but then I was like, oh, he's also a vampire. Well, that doesn't detract from him being a man, I guess. I don't know.
That's a really heavy question that I believe Interview with a Vampire gave us more questions for, but sure.
Mm-hmm. But he emerges again. He's like, and c'est fini.
Oh my god.
He tosses his chef hat to the crowd. Pulls off his apron dramatically.
Yeah. Okay. Like a food war is just like... Okay.
He walks off into the sunset.
Oh, jeez. All right.
But there is no sun in Barovia.
There is no sun in Barovia. Radin.
Radin thinks for a moment. Presented in the style of Peacock Day. Mm-hmm. The pinnacle of male beauty must be shown. He knows exactly what he needs to do. 2-step process.
Okay.
1, he forms the mashed potatoes into little volcanoes.
Okay.
That can be easily spatulaed up and placed.
Okay.
And from there, the gravy and the meat will be poured in top in small portions. Not a whole lot. Not a lot of gravy. Just enough to be tasted. He's going to do this, for a few of them. Then, in an incredibly deft motion, just, throwing his hands down, all his clothes come off. Save for, undergarments, I suppose. Just, gone.
Okay.
The area upon which is this to be served, he lays upon.
What?
Then,
what is he doing?
Using his incredible skill of aiming and his impeccable sense of spatial awareness, he is going, because he's incredibly dexterous and he's a pristine and perfect dusk elf, he is going to place these mashed potato volcanoes and the gravy atop them, atop his gorgeous elven body, to be eaten off of with him as the platter.
I'm amazed. I'm horrified and amazed. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Okay. Performance check for me. Try not to burn yourself, my love. Hi, Delilah. I know, Mommy made a lot of squeaky sounds right there. I'm sorry, Lala.
Brianna, us dusk elves don't experience the heat or the cold as humans do.
You'll feel burning mashed potatoes just like anybody else, my dear.
This isn't going to be hot. Oh, ow, that actually burns.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
What have you done?
No. No.
That's a natural one.
No. This is an impossibility.
What did you do?
I'm trading.
You can't. No, I don't want you to. I don't want your luck touching the Priyana dice. You're not allowed to grab my dice.
I've rolled 5 ones.
I'm aware. I've watched it happen.
Not, oh, okay.
This is amazing.
Okay.
I need to think for a second, please. Because this is obviously going to burn him.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I think I need you to do another check for me.
Okay. A saving throw?
Yeah, this is a Constitution saving throw. Well, can he keep his shit together? Or is he going to have to destroy his entire dish to jump up? Come on. Okay.
17.
Grimacing the whole way, clutching the edges of this little table that he's on, he can hold it, but he's definitely going to need medical care after this.
Okay.
This is Kyle being absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. So.
No, he will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Oh my god.
He should have won Peacock Day back then. His body is the most, is the best body. He should have aced that swimsuit challenge.
Oh my fucking god. I'm not sure what to make of that, and Priyana's not sure what to make of that. Priyana was into it. Radin's clothes come off, Priyana's always into it. That's a little far. And she's like, oh my god. It really stuck with him, didn't it? That lingered with him. The fact that he was not the winner of that festival. Mm-hmm. That really stuck in his craw. Yeah. He's just as bad as Strahd. He can't take second place.
No. Well, no, here's the thing. He's had to take second place. He's been obligated.
Yeah, this is what I want to know. What did the other boys think of this?
Strahd sees this happen. It's he smirks a little, and then he just eyes Radin. He kind of sizes him up a little bit, and he's like, very well. Looking good. Because Strahd and Radin have kind of a thing for each other.
They have a little bit of a thing that's developed, yeah.
Sergei Hesser has that nosebleed moment where he's like, oh, what That... Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. This is I always wear button-up shirts all the way up to my neck.
Oh, yeah, because
Boy.
as much as a Lothario as Sergei is,
Yeah.
like, he is, I would say of all the characters in Five Courses of Strahd, he might be the most straight.
I would say he's just the most innocent.
He's the most innocent.
Yeah.
But he sees it and he's like, oh.
Yeah.
What?
I think anyone would be in front of... Like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway. Interesting. I'll take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
Sergei's done. That means all of them are done.
Yeah.
That means the horn can be blasted and the cooking challenge will end and judging will commence. Oh dear.
What a wild ride
What
this has been.
Fucking... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, Priyana calls forth her 2 planted judges in the crowd that they can now step forward and sample from each of these interesting dishes. Very interesting. Let me grab a pen real quick. Okay.
All 3 men look exhausted and
Yeah.
very harried and hounded. Strahd's composure has been not entirely lost, but he definitely looks weary, which is not often that he does.
The first judge that arrives is a middle-aged Barovian woman with deep worry lines etched from years across her face. Her straight black hair is pulled up into a bun and her face is very severe. She introduces herself as Dorina Lucresh from Vallaki, a native Barovian. Not actually native Barovian, but she's been here for a while. Her family's been here for generations. The other who steps forward is a youthful, red-haired outlander adventurer man who looks like he'd probably be a fighter. He introduces himself as a Belfire Milner.
Belfire Milner.
From the Forgotten Realms area, I'm going to say probably...
Is Waterdavian.
Yeah. It's a Waterdavian.
Go Owlbears.
Yeah, go Owlbears.
Hoot Growl.
Growl. Jesus. He is currently living in Duffeldor with the other Outlanders.
Okay.
There. Now they are going to sample the dishes one by one. I will keep score of what they think. I will say, girl, I will say going forward, each of these NPCs have things they look for and things they dislike that are different from Priyana. I combine all their scores together in the different categories, and whoever has the highest score at the end wins.
I see. Awesome. You cool with getting that ready? I'm going to give the cat a treat.
Give the cat a treat, so she stops me out at the door.
Why you now?
Also, I would like to take this moment to thank all of you for being here tonight. This has been really great. I've really appreciated all of this. Having the audience participation and having you all here so I could read the stream has been invigorating, to say the least. I've had so much fun sharing this all with you. This is my favorite game ever. And will always be my favorite game ever.
I was about to say, like, the setup for this one is fairly different than what we usually do,
Yeah.
but, like, the outcome isn't.
Yeah, it's always fucking bananas.
Yeah. The amount of ridiculous shenanigans that all of these characters have gotten up to over how many sessions.
We went to Fantasy Disneyland once. It was great.
Yeah. I wrote... Oh, I'm going to publish that at some point. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to step up to Strahd Station first. Can you please, Strahd von Zarovichs, or was Priyana saying all this in a very cocky way, please describe the dish for me.
Gladly. Enhanced by the penalty that I had incurred with cooking in a rustic style.
Okay.
I have crafted an incredibly rustic dish from my own past in Barovia. Something I would have cooked, or on the road, or in battle with my companions and comrades. I present to you, in bite-sized morsels, a pan-seared breaded fish with garlic sauce. is a garlic butter sauce over button mushrooms and onions. I feel that the richness of this garlic sauce will perfectly infuse these bite-sized morsels of fish.
Okay. Now the baby will cry in the background. I'm sorry if you have to hear cats meowing. She is awake and upset. She is awake and upset. All right, we are going to taste it. Tasting the dish, we have Priyana.
Strahd seems very pleased with himself.
That's good.
He rolled with all the punches.
He did.
And did a real bad job, but hopefully we'll come out on top.
Okay, again, the things that are being judged on are execution, taste, presentation, and creativity. Execution's already been judged. So no matter what he put out here, he can't change that score.
Yep.
So I'm going to do the pink one is Priyana.
Yep.
This one is Barovian woman, and this one is Outlander guy.
Yeah. Arella has displayed 3 D20s of varying colors in front of me.
Just so he knows. There's also pluses and negatives that I'm going to apply to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Someone's a suck up today. The Barovian woman got a natural 20 on taste. Interesting.
He specifically chose a fish that is found in the rivers, the River Ivlis. He's like, yes, I've chosen the most perfect Barovian local flavor.
Priyana takes a bite, and she kind of nods a little bit at it. She says, breading didn't work out too well for you, did it?
No.
No.
No, it did not.
You made up for it, though.
Thank you.
It's one of your better options you've done.
What I had lacked in preparation or rather in skill, I've made up for in knowledge and experience.
I see. The Barovian woman, Dorina, is shaking in her boots in front of Strahd. Like, this is a woman who has a storied history. Her family has a storied history with Strahd being the most terrifying ruler in existence. She says it's the best thing she's ever eaten.
Of course it is. I'm glad to hear you say that.
That the Outlander guy immediately, or Bellfire, I mean, he's like, no, it's not. This sucks.
Strahd's head turns on a swivel.
Oh, no.
Young man.
It's bland, dude.
It's rustic.
It's bland. What's exciting about this? Like, give me some, like, pizzazz, my dude.
He's Strahd.
You're a vampire, right? Like vampire. Vampire's supposed to be like nothing but drama. That's what Waterdeep vampires are like anyway. I don't know what you're up to here. This place sucks.
Thank you for your criticism. As he mentally writes down in his notebook kill the red-haired one.
All right, create.
Feed him to the wolves.
I know he got that for him. Let me roll for... Okay, I'm going to roll for the other two, because I know redhead guy's, thoroughly not impressed by Strahd right now. For presentation, he gets an auto-fail from the Outlander.
Okay.
Priyana's not that too keen. Priyana rolled a 3. Priyana's not too keen on this. 19 for the Barovian woman.
He made something for the locals.
That he did. However, he gets a +5 to that because she is impressed with the simple way he's presented it.
Exactly. Thank you.
So that's 24 on that one.
A woman of impeccable taste from an impeccable town.
For creativity. Okay. Barovian woman can admit it's not very creative. It's very simple. It's what they eat at the dinner table 4 times a week.
By design.
Yes. Okay. So that's that. Priyana, however, thinks he thought well on his feet. All things considered.
Well, someone does.
Yeah. Well, there might be a little bias of, you're my husband, huh? However, he does take a penalty from earlier. So...
Strahd watches this grating happen, and he's just utterly confident as he looks over to Radin's meager offerings on top of his own body, the sufferings he's going through, and then poor, sad little brother and what he's come up with. It says, valiant efforts all around. You should all be proud of what you've accomplished, but I'm sure the judges will prevail.
We're moving on to Radin.
Radin looks haggard at this point, and you've rarely seen him look haggard.
This poor sweet boy.
I've presented to you a crowning achievement of a great deal of failures. Garlic mashed potatoes, topped with a marinated wolf steak gravy.
Yeah.
In smaller portions because it's precariously placed atop my glistening Adonis-like body. Please eat quickly. The potatoes are very hot. Oh God!
You think there's favoritism from the wife? She put garlic as the secret ingredient. No way, man. Let's see.
I hope the garlic is well integrated in the potatoes to provide a robust flavor. I chose a medium for the garlic rather than to just add it as a sauce or an afterthought.
I see.
Which is true.
It's true. Priyanath is incredibly impressed by his presentation.
Yeah.
Because
he's a good-looking man.
Here's a secret for everyone listening. Strahd's not her favorite. Radin is.
Not anymore.
No, Strahd isn't the queen's preference at the moment. So having Radin do this was the most suck-up thing he could have done for her.
I mean, you traveled to the North Pole to rescue him and Santa's elves.
I love him. Yes. So he gets a straight up 20 out of 20 from Priyana for presentation.
Okay.
Because that was like over the top, and she liked it. However, he gets dinged from the Barovian woman who is appalled. She is a proper religious Morning Lord follower. We do not do these grievous displays of sexuality. Peacock Day was my least favorite festival.
There's always a Puritan in the group.
Exactly.
Fair. All right. Please just eat it quickly.
You have to wait. We're judging. Okay. The Outlander was at first a little impressed that he would go this far, but the gravy's starting to drip a little bit. It wasn't efficient plating.
It collects in like a pool in his navel.
He says, "Oh, we do this in Waterdeep all the time. This isn't original." What'd you do? Burn yourself? Now we gotta have to treat you after this? Were you not thinking? Why do I want to eat this off a person's body? That's weird, dude. Dude, what are you thinking, my dude?
He looks... Oh, no. Is he mean? He might be mean.
It's up to you.
He just gives him the glare.
Oh, no.
And then the screams begin in this man's head.
Jesus.
Radin has power where those who get too close to him, if he focuses on them, they hear the screams of his thousands of victims over the year.
Mm-hmm. That's actual Curse of Strahd lore.
Yeah, it's like an intimidation tactic. He gives him a little bit of that.
Oh, jeez. He handles it. It's a little bit... he kind of gives a start and looks really concerned at the queen who brought him into this.
That's just like average day of traffic in Waterdeep.
And, yeah, he's just like, oh, well, that was weird.
It's like Manhattanites are desensitized to stuff.
This land's spooky, my dude. What's up with that? For taste. When we roll for taste. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. He is impressed by the taste of it, though. When the Outlander takes a taste of it, he rolled an 18. It's really simple. He likes how much wine there is. This is a good time. This is some party food. Mm-hmm. We're up. We're good on this. So he gets that on there. The really uptight woman. She's still put off about the fact that she has to eat it off his body.
She plays a little bit more off the left pec. It's incredibly hot.
She thinks that she's unaccustomed to eating garlic, so she thinks he went too harsh on the garlic. It's a little overpowering, especially with how much wine there is. It's like those two flavors aren't really mashing together too well for her.
Okay.
So you get that for there. Priyana, she has the same feel. He went overzealous on the seasoning with the garlic.
Right.
He also probably shouldn't have done a wine-based gravy,
Nope.
but flavored it with wine. She'll correct him on that, like really calmly. Flavor it with wine, my dear. You have to deglaze the pan and then you add a little bit. Not as much as you have. It soured the taste of it.
He's like red in the face and sweating. It's like, very good to know. Good. I'll remember that in the future.
I'm sure you will. Creativity. Interesting. Okay.
They're volcanoes. You know what he'll say? You know what he will say? He's like, sculpted to look like Mount Paratok. I have recreated a small bit of Barovia on my body.
That actually gets you a bonus from the Barovian woman, who is like, oh, I see. Well, it's still grotesque, but I understand what you were going for. Priyana just gets this little smirk on her face. She just makes complete eye contact with Radin, and it just lingers of, oh, you're playing my game now.
In that moment, he knew he needed to salvage things of like, how do I do this?
Priyana just does this as a body shot. Like, she doesn't even use a utensil.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
Probably the Barovian woman. He can get up and clean himself off. I'm going to tally this real quick.
Yeah, he very quickly moves off and just moves to one of those barrels of water and just sort of dunks himself in.
This poor boy. I'm going to quickly do some math. Math is not my strong suit, so this will take me a minute. What's Sergei's take on all this as it's going down? You can explain that.
Sergei watches as he sees this happen. He's like, Sergei, are you a good boy? Oh, okay. Sergei takes a moment to step away from the proceedings as he moves over to Rahadin. And he says, are you all right? Wow, that was something that you did there. You look really burned, my dude. Jeez, I mean, way to stick through it for your craft, I guess. Radin comes out of the water dripping. And he's got basically dinner plate size welts along his chest and stomach. And Sergei says, oh, that looks really bad. Here, and he goes and he touches Radin's body to sort of soothe it. And there's a moment where the burns start to subside.
My boy, my sweet boy. He cast a healing on him because he's my cleric, guys.
In this moment, Sergei remembers himself and gains something because that divine inspiration comes back in the form of a healing word.
Aww.
Because at this point,
good boy.
Sergei can now cast some healing magic.
Yay. My cleric boy.
Radin is sort of shocked. And he's like, what's happening? Oh, that actually feels better.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good.
So he's like, I have healing magic! Big brother, did you see that? I was like, bam! And I healed him and the burns are gone. Are you proud of me? And Strahd just puts his head in his hands.
Priyana claps for him.
He looks over and he says, yes, Sergei, I'm very proud of you. Good job.
Yay! Good job, Sergei.
Yeah. And you can tell, he does actually seem to be genuinely proud.
Good.
Although at the same time, it's like, oh god, he's become a cleric. Yes.
He's a cleric. He's my cleric boy. I need a cleric. Okay, we're going to stop over to Sergei's station. Priyana will beckon him back over. She says, Sergei, dear, your turn, honey. What do you have for us?
Well, I couldn't make a soup, which is what I was going to do.
Okay.
And then I was going to make some garlic bread, which I then couldn't do. And I tried to do some other things, and that didn't work out. But I made garlic bread balls.
Okay.
And then I was going to dip them in sauce, but that didn't work. So the sauce is just over them. It's like a glaze, I guess. But they're on skewers.
Each of them will pick up one of the skewers. How does this work out?
I think garlic on bread is good.
Interesting. I will say, because 10 was a threshold for certain things here. Priyana manages to stay on the stick when she picks it up. But 2 of the skewers fall apart because the bread was too damp. They just ploop right the fuck off.
Oh no. It's not supposed to do that.
It's okay, dear. So let me write that down real quick.
I made more.
However, that does take a bit of a ding off his presentation because they were too soggy to eat as needed.
Yep. That's a consequence.
Consequence of dousing them in sauce. Taste-wise, and I know what pluses and negatives are going. Oh my goodness. Priyana, you have a new favorite. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, the Barovian woman takes a bite of this, and she doesn't like how squishy the bread is, and garlic again. It's garlic spicy. Mayo's probably spicy for this woman. Vanilla's spicy.
Yeah. I can't have that vanilla bean. It hurts my tongue.
Yeah. So like she's immediately like, I don't like this. I don't like this a whole lot. The Outlander, over the moon thrilled. He thinks they're freaking great. Like, he's picking up the pieces that fell and is just like shoving them in his mouth. He thinks this is delicious. He rolled a 19. He's very happy. Plus, he gets a bonus because this is an interesting way to eat something. It's novel. He likes novelty.
Novelty is good.
So he gets a +5 to that. So that's a 24 on taste from that boy. Priyana rolled a natural 20.
Oh, goodness.
Priyana never rolls a natural 20. Priyana hired her chef because when she rolled, if she liked something that he cooked her, she rolled a 10 and that was good enough.
Yeah. Priyana has... I've had character... Basically, for the most part, Priyana is the character who is doing the cooking in most of these games. Like, she's the chef who's trying to impress. The few instances in which other chefs or other cooks have made something, she's been like Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares. Like,
yeah.
She's hated everything.
It's raw, it's undercooked, it's overseasoned.
It's
It's frozen. You are doing an injustice to this dish. Yeah, she goes off on people. She takes a bite of this, and she can acknowledge that the sauce probably should have been baked on top of it.
Yeah.
And she'll even tell him that. She's, dear, the consistency would have been better if you had baked it afterwards.
Oh, I totally didn't think of that. That's way better.
It would have worked, but this is divine.
The divine inspiration.
Exactly.
And he has like a tiny whispered moment where he's like, "Oh, morning, Lord, you smile upon me."
This is fun and exciting, and I suppose I haven't eaten garlic in such a long time with it, the castle being what it is and all. And
now it's Master Chef G. Yeah.
she smiles at him and just like kind of takes his chin in her hand and just kind of like affectionately just kind of flicks his chin up a little bit, says, "You see what you did?
Oh.
You overcame all of these obstacles. These boys were about to throw you to the dogs." And she gives a pointed look down the line at them. But you overcame it, and you pulled it out anyway.
Strahd and Radin are probably standing together, and Strahd's just like, "I haven't summoned any dogs. I thought about it, but..."
Fuck. You took everything that was thrown at you, and you thought on your feet, which was the purpose of this challenge. Good work. I'm going to roll for creativity here. Jesus, Priyana, you really like him. God, you really like him so much. Okay, well, give me a moment to do some math because I believe this is a close race. And
yeah. Sergei is sort of hyping the crowd a little bit as he's sort of like, "Yeah, I did it. It's me, Sergei von Zarovichs. I'm new.
I'm new here."
Strahd and Radin stand together. And Radin looks to Strahd and says, "Honestly, you think he's going to win?" And Strahd laughs. He's like, ha ha, ah, Radin. You're the funniest. You know that? Radin just kind of side-eyes and was like, you didn't answer the question.
Mm-mm.
You're worried he's going to win, aren't you? Strahd looks at him and is like, don't be absurd, Radin. Sure, he may be younger, more charming, lighter on his feet, and has a way with people that is perhaps out of my grasp. But I don't think he's that impressive. You? And Radin just looks at Strahd. And his silence speaks volumes.
Brianna ushers them all back to their stations. Oh no, to her. Actually, she's going to stand in front of the crowd and says, votes have been tallied. Scores have been created. I now know the winner, but he only won by 1 point. In third place, with a score of 95, is Strahd von Zarovichs.
Strahd sighs for a moment, then smiles and presents himself to the crowd as he steps forward, doing his absolute darndest to look humble and gracious. Mm-hmm. He does a pretty good job of being humble and gracious. It's taking a lot of effort, but he does.
Just more private cooking lessons in your future, my love.
Yeah. He looks at you and says, thank you. Happy to have participated and put on a show to, and he gestures towards the crowd, all of you. People of Barovia.
Good job, Strahd. Good job. Good losing speech. Good.
Yeah. Underneath his cape, he gives you a thumbs up.
Good job, baby. So it is between Radin and Sergei by a single point.
Oh, shit.
One was very quick on his feet. Thought through every challenge thrown his way, overcame every obstacle to create something that, while not executed correctly, was creative. The other may have faltered a little in execution and plating. I thought the plating was fine. I thought the plating was fine, but, there's other people who don't think the plating was fine. But the concept was solid.
Sergei reaches over and grabs Radin's hands. They're standing, by his side. He's like, no matter what, promise we'll still be friends.
Oh my god.
Radin's like, unhand me.
Oh no. By 1 point, literally saved only by Priyana's attraction, Radin wins the contest. The literal extra point came from the natural 20 Priyana rolled on his presentation, while everyone else failed him.
Oh, there's a moment where Radin puts his hands to his cheek and is like, oh, he wipes that single tear. He hugs the loser to the side.
No.
And then proceeds to make his way forward to claim victory.
Okay. Claim victory, there's nothing to claim. She just is just like, you have bragging rights now.
Yes.
You have officially conquered the other two brothers in your cooking ability.
Thank you for the opportunity to prove myself.
Of course. But always remember, the youngest is right on your tail.
And he just turns and he suddenly looks like with absolute malice and certainty towards Sergei. And Sergei's probably looking off to the side and he turns and he just waves at Radin and smiles.
Oh,
completely
no.
Oblivious.
Sweet boy.
Hi, Radin. Congratulations.
But what I do think is that perhaps winner takes on me.
There's a moment where the glow of Radin's victory falters for a moment as he suddenly realizes who he's up against. Oh. I see.
And that's where I called a session.
Oh, shit. Damn. That's going to be a heck of a rematch.
Bring it, bitch. Bring it, bitch.
Yeah, Arella, that was really fun.
Thank you.
I had a good time.
Thank you. I was very stressed writing it, but I'm glad it went really well.
That was some very Cutthroat Kitchen shit.
Thank you.
I liked it. It was really cool to play because I DM'd this a whole lot. And
Yeah.
it's actually cool to be on the other side of that. Awesome.
I'm glad everyone liked it so much. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who's watching.
Yes,
you guys are awesome.
You. Honestly, I'm very emotional right now, and my voice is shaking a little because I'm trying not to cry, but
Baby, you did great.
I haven't DM'd in so long because I've been really scared too, if I'm honest.
Oh, so
and so this meant a lot to me, and
you did great.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And
all those challenges were really good.
Thank you.
As a player, I was obviously trying to play stuff in character, but at the same time, I was like, oh, shoot, how am I going to solve this?
Thank you so much. So I appreciate, again, everyone and all the people listening. I would love to do this again sometime, do a live stream game. I think that'd be really cool if we stream this, because, people really like it, and I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad. You were really good at dungeon mastering.
Thank you. We're gonna go. I'm very hungry now.
Yeah, we're gonna order some food.
We're ordering food?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, yes. If you also do it with a group too, that would be pretty cool. I could do Cutthroat Kitchen.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, I gotta do Cutthroat Kitchen for your group.
Yeah. That might be a thing that happens.
I'll just show up in your group where I play her daughter and just be like, oh, all of you are wasting your time on a ship. Let's do a real challenge now.
Oh, God.
Anyway. Anyway. I think 2 to 3 of the people in that group are in this chat right now, so I'm just mortifying them from a distance. It's fine.
Yay.
So thank you all again. I hope you all have a wonderful night. You guys totally made my night with all this. It is super fun. I'm so jazzed right now.
Yeah, it was really cool to do.
I hope